Jose Housley. I work at Renaissance Bank here in Aberdeen. From Amory, born and raised there. Been working in Aberdeen for about 15 years. This is a great community I work in, but it's an amazing company, organization that I work for at Renaissance Bank. I'm the 12th child, but I'm the first and only one of my siblings to go to college and graduate. That was my motivation. I wanted to do something that they never had done, and that was it. My mom encouraged me so. She said, I can't afford for you to go to college, but she said, there are two things I can do for you. She said, I can push you and I can pray for you. I said, so from this day forth, my mind's made up. When I graduate high school, I will go to college, no matter how long it takes me. And when I stepped foot on Itawamba Community College campus, I knew that was the place for me. I just had this certain feeling, this certain vibe. This is the place for me. And that's what ICC is. That's what it's about. It's the start of something great. It might be small to other junior colleges, but guess what? They will empower you so it will make you say, if I had to do it over again, I'm starting at ICC again. Because this is the greatest experience I've had throughout my college career, starting my college career. I wouldn't change a thing. They have great professors. The college campus is so neat. It is so beautiful. But man, when the sun shines at Itawamba, it makes you think you're in heaven. That's what I love about it. And the professors. Oh, I had one English professor, Miss McCrimmon. That lady was like a mother to me. That's the sweetest teacher you could ever want to meet. And she knew that I had something on the inside of me to let me know, hey, you can do and be whatever you want to be. She would always encourage me. When I needed extra help, I would go to Miss McCrimmon. She didn't have a problem at all. And that's what really, that was the glue that really made it stick. I am ICC. I will always be ICC because ICC calls me to get an Associates of Arts degree, and it calls me to go on to a university to get my BS degree. But if it had not been for ICC, I wouldn't be sitting in this seat that I'm sitting in right now. I wouldn't be the person that I am right now. ICC, they shaped me, they molded me. So if I could say anything to the kids that's getting ready to graduate high school, let ICC be your first choice. Because I promise you, it won't be your last choice. Itawamba Community College. That's my family.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Choice Pawn pregame show. I'm Adam Gore, Jim Ingram here on set as well, and Mr. Jim is finally here. Football season has returned.
I'm ready, Adam. We're playing tonight, playing a good team, Gulf Coast, and we're ready to roll. It is football season. Yes. It's here. We're almost here in September. Let's put it down and play hard.
Absolutely. Well, it's a new season for the Indians, obviously, as we're opening the season tonight on the road at Gulf Coast. Not going to be favorable conditions with the weather the way it is, but new season, new opportunities for the Indians.
No doubt about it. And I think our team is ready. Got a good mixture of sophomore, good mixture of freshmen, got a good coaching staff. I know Coach Cannon and them have been practicing hard and long, and they're ready to hit somebody else.
Absolutely. The Indians finished 5-4 overall last year, sputtered a little bit in division play, finishing 2-4, missed the playoffs. But, hey, that's last year. This is this year. The Indians trying to build off the success, though, of that 5-4 season.
No doubt about it. And we played well non-division last year and didn't play as well in the division games. You mentioned, Adam. We want a good start tonight. It's a big game on the road. Got a lot of young players, a lot of freshmen playing. They need to grow up quickly tonight, and I think they will.
Absolutely. We talked about the new season, but we also got some new faces this year. Two new coaches added to the coaching staff. Coach Chad Cook taking over for Nick Coleman, who went on to Tennessee Tech or Chad is the offensive coordinator. And then also Coach Scott Smouse, who is replacing Cody Waddell, who is now on the Oregon coaching staff. Coach Smouse is there, the offensive line coach. So a lot of questions up in the air about what the Indians will be like offensively this year. Other opposing teams don't know. As a matter of fact, we don't know because they've been extremely hush-hush this preseason getting ready for the year.
No doubt about it. And we've got two new good coaches, of course, some veteran coaches. But we think Chad Cook, he'll take what the defense gives him. He mentioned that if he has a player that can play better than the other player, then he's going to run that same play over and over until they stop it. He's going to keep it simple. He's going to try to have mismatches out there and play to the best of our ability.
Absolutely. It's one of those, I guess you can say the scouting report is look at your defense, find out where your weaknesses are, and that's what Chad's going to try to exploit.
No doubt about it. And Chad's been around football a long time, came from Ripley High School. He'll do a great job as offensive coordinator.
You know another reason why I like him? He's a Calhoun County guy.
No doubt about it. We've got a lot of Calhoun County guys, not only on the team, but in the coaching staff.
Yes, most definitely. Now Coach Scott Smouse coming back with a good mixture of sophomores returning as well as new up-and-coming freshmen on the team as well. Coach Woodell did a great job of setting up a firm foundation for Coach Scott Smouse, who was formerly at Furman the past 6 seasons. He's got a pretty good offensive line to build on.
No doubt about it. And Coach Cannon mentioned, of course, the other day, he likes a mixture of 3 or 4 offensive linemen that are freshmen and 3 or 4 that are sophomore. And we've got that this year. Hopefully we'll develop some depth and play well.
Absolutely. Now, we talked about some of those freshmen, so new opportunities, a new season, new faces, new opportunities. Now, for these freshmen to come in and kind of establish themselves, we've got a very talented, very unique group of talent, freshmen coming in, complementing a great talent of sophomores.
No doubt about it. A lot of freshman class come in. They're going to have to grow up quickly and play. They'll play a lot tonight. And we mentioned earlier, I think, Adam, off the air, we talked about the team. We had a lot of Division I players go out this past year as sophomores, and I think we got another chance to have some sophomores move up to the next level again.
Absolutely. 12 former Indians now playing on the next level this upcoming season throughout the country as well. Well, Mr. Jim, I know we've got a lot to get to here on the Choice Pond pregame show, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back and look at tonight's matchup with the Bulldogs right after this on Let's Go ICC TV and FM 95 Sports.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
When I grow up, I'm gonna redefine pizza. One that will change the history of pizza forever. A pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni. This is my dream, and I can do it. Because my mom and dad said I can accomplish anything. And I will do great things in life.
Sorry, kid, it's been done.
But my dream...
Introducing Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizza. A large pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza, pizza.
From the moment they were young, you cheered them on. You defended them and you encouraged them. Why? Because as a child's parent, you are their greatest influence. You always wanted them to be better, accomplish more, and make a difference. We want that too. At Itawamba Community College, we give them the opportunity to live a life above the bar.
And welcome back to the Choice Pond pregame show. I'm Adam Gore, Jim Ingram, as we continue the countdown to that First American National Bank opening kickoff between the Indians and the Bulldogs of Gulf Coast Community College. And Jim, if this feels like a familiar foe, it is. The Indians and the Bulldogs have squared off 4 times in the past 3 years. 3 of those, unfortunately for us, have been here at Gulf Coast. But one of those at ICC last season, the Indians picked up a big win to open the season, 23-12 in Fulton. Tonight's starting quarterback, Dan Ellington, started that game actually, completed 14 of 19 passing for 156 yards and 1 touchdown. He also rushed for 109 yards on 13 carries and another touchdown. So Dan, Gulf Coast will know what to expect out of Dan this year. So he's going to step up in that leadership role and try to get things going for the Indians as well.
We think Dan will. He, as we mentioned, he started some last year, played a lot of quarterback for us. Very bright kid, very well spoken. The team believes in him. He's a leader. He's a dual quarterback. He can run, he can pass, he can do it all. I think he's going to have a big year for ICC.
Of course, one of the biggest concerns for the Indians are replacing a lot of guys in that wide receiver spot, but we do return NJCAA All-American Terry Williams as a receiver, so teams are going to have to focus on him as well. So there's some threats offensively in those skill positions for the Indians.
No doubt about it. Terry Williams, came out of nowhere last year, kind of not a big fella, but made some great catches, tough catches, didn't mind going inside traffic. He's going to be another great receiver, I think, this year for the Indians.
Absolutely. We talked about those other positions of people that are going to have to fill. Well, that's just what we talked about in that earlier segment, opportunities for freshmen and newcomers to step in and make a name for themselves. Well, earlier this week, assistant SID Lee Adams had a chance to catch up with Coach Sean Cannon to talk about tonight's matchup with the Bulldogs as we step inside Coach's Corner, being presented to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation here on the Choice Pond pregame show.
All right, Coach, it's finally here. First game. Just talk a little bit about your guys, how ready they are to hit somebody other than each other, and what you know about Gulf Coast so far.
Yeah, you look back and when we got here for summer school, being in July here, and it was a long way off, and then now we're game day. So kids have worked hard. I know they're excited to go play and see where we are. That's where we are as coaches as well. I want to see our kids go out and compete, and Gulf Coast is going predominantly a historically good football program, and we know we're going to expect some good players on their side of the football. But anytime you go into game one, it's always the unknown factor going into that. They got brand new kids, so do we. So we got to match our wits a little bit. Got to hold on the football. Hope for the weather work out for us, and we'll be able to go out and give them a good game. Well, now you talk about you're going to have new players on both teams, but it is a familiar opponent. We've played them a lot of the last two seasons, and of course, you and their head coach have a bond sort of as well. Just talk a little bit about you and his relationship. Yeah, started playing them back in 14. Actually, my first year as the head coach here, and then we was able to play them twice in 15 and last year here. So this is what, 4 or 5 times here in the last 4 years we played them. So very familiar opponent. We catching them game one like we did last year, and I think that's, just for them, just for us, you got your first game jitters you're going to have as a coach to make sure everybody's out there on the field and be where they're supposed to be and all those things. And, and Coach Huff does a good job. He and I go way, way back, and, since our playing days and our coaching days together. So very familiar with the way he runs his program, got a lot of respect for him and what he's been able to do there. So I think actually this will be our 7th time to go against each other, including All-Star games. So we've had a way history going back a long time there. All right. Well, you mentioned the weather. It could be sloppy. First game, you always want to execute perfectly, but just talk a little bit about what the Bank of Okolona keys to victory are going to be. Well, the biggest thing I talk to our kids about all during summer and leading up to our game is the team that creates the fewest mistakes, and I think that's going to be key for both teams. And you go back and think about it, it's really not the plays that you make that wins your game, it's the ones that they make against themselves. And I think that's one of the biggest things we want to come out of this game, and penalties and things like that, being the first time. And that's one thing we really harped on our kids about. So we're trying to play penalty free. Adverse weather. The field conditions should be fine with turf, but just holding on to the football. That's always the the big thing there, because really this is kind of our first live action to see our ball carriers hold the ball, and can we take the ball away on defense? Get some turnovers, and and last year we was able to jump up on them pretty quick. I think we got up 21-0 there, made some plays, and was able to hold them off there. So those are going to be the biggest things, starting fast, holding on to the football and not beating ourselves. All right, well, thank you, Coach, and good luck this season. I appreciate it.
Well, Mr. Jim, as always, great information there from Coach Sean Cannon about tonight's matchup with the Bulldogs. So we'll talk a little bit further on that as the show goes out. When we come back, we'll take a look at tonight's starting lineups being brought to you by Coca-Cola. Buddy Long, a great friend of the ICC family here, proud to sponsor this as the Choice Pond pregame show continues here on Let'sGoICCTV.com and FM 95 Sports.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pond loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pond in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePond.com.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. Check out this week's specials.
Fresh ground beef, $1.98 per pound. Dole Classic Salad or Coleslaw, 99 cents each. And Best Choice Charcoal Briquettes, $5.98.
At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
All right, we're back with one of the best dunkers in basketball. His name is Zach Levine.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, enough with the jibber jab. Let's roll Zach's top 10 dunks. Okay. Oh, look at that.
Hachi, chachi, dunky, rini. Guys, these aren't my dunks. These are sandwiches.
Welcome to our house. That's
Zach.
right. We live here.
You live here with the sandwiches?
No, I have a home and a wife and a child.
I live here with the sandwiches.
Try the new Dunked Ultimate Chicken Sandwich in 3 bold flavors and get half-price shakes and ice cream slushes after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
With Farm Bureau, you're getting local agents, great auto rates, and fast, friendly claims.
Great. Glad I went with Farm Bureau.
No, it's Farm Bureau.
Farv.
Say it with me. Farm.
Farv.
Ma. You know what? Doesn't matter. Either way, you're all set.
See? That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
For coverage you can't beat. Farm Bureau Insurance.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula.
Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese. Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with the Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
Dan Ellington, quarterback, Olive Branch, Mississippi.
Kadarius Forsythe, running back, West Point, Mississippi.
Aaron Scholler, offensive line, Olive Branch, Mississippi.
Devontae Willis, right guard, Aberdeen, Mississippi.
Jarvis Smithy, center, Tupelo, Mississippi.
Preston Haynes, offensive line, Olive Branch, Mississippi.
Jalen Gallimore, offensive line, Batesville, Mississippi.
Terry Williams, wide receiver, It'll be in Mississippi.
Christian Salisbury, wide receiver, South Haven, Mississippi.
Malik Honeycutt, wide receiver, Tallahassee, Florida.
Jamel Thomas, wide receiver, Columbia, Mississippi.
Travis Sala, defensive end, Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Sterling Stone, defensive lineman, Birmingham, Alabama.
David Little, defensive back, Saltillo, Mississippi.
B.J. Williams, corner, Aberdeen, Mississippi.
Quincy Hurd, safety, Hamilton, Mississippi.
Devin Hollins, defensive back, South Haven, Mississippi.
Jarvis Hayes, outside linebacker, Slocum, Alabama.
Devin Fox, linebacker, South Haven, Mississippi.
Charles Moore, linebacker, Kansas City.
Q Lot, outside linebacker, Grenada, Mississippi.
Best pizza, New York style.
No way. Chicago deep dish.
No. White pie.
Half veggies, half meat. Just cheese.
No. Pepperoni.
Extra crunchy.
Truly. Has to be gluten-free.
Top it with arugula.
No. Basil.
Eggplant.
Dude, really? That's not pizza, come on.
Pizza.
And a Coke.
You got that right. 2 Cokes, please.
My pizza goes best with a Coke.
An ice cold Coke.
Only with a Coke.
I got a great deal on pizza.
He went to Little Caesars and got an extra most bestest with the most cheese and pepperoni for just $6.
I got a terrible deal on pizza.
Give me that.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni at the nation's best price. Little Caesars $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. Check out this week's specials.
Fresh ground beef, $1.98 per pound. Dole Classic Salad or Coleslaw, 99 cents each. And Best Choice Charcoal Briquettes, $5.98.
At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
And welcome back to the Choice Pawn pregame show. Mr. Jim, we're inching closer and closer to that First American National Bank opening kickoff here between the Indians and the Bulldogs of Gulf Coast. And it's an age-old tradition. You've got Corso making his picks each Saturday. Now we've got Mr. Jim's Bank of Okolona keys to victory. And Mr. Jim, these are very tough. It was your first game of the year. You don't know what your opponent has. Kind of don't know what you have. So what are your keys to victory for the Indians to come out successful tonight?
Adam, you don't worry about your opponent tonight. You worry about what you do well. And the key things tonight is to play hard, play with confidence. Watch your turnovers, but play with confidence. You got a good game plan. Do the game plan, I think we'll come out on top.
And that's Mr. Jim's keys to victory, being brought to you by the Bank of Okolona, John Herod and company. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, as we're back live, getting a little bit of early start here to today's contest as Gulf Coast kicks things off, moving right to left on your radio dial, and it's going to be number 2, Christian Salisbury with return at the 5. He breaks to the outside. He's across the 30 to the 40, gets to the 45-yard line, and Jim, a 40-yard return and a great start to the ball game for the Indians.
Adam, let's kick off the football season all the way out to the 45. Great start for the Indians. You mentioned 1st and 10. Dan Ellington is our quarterback. Ready for football season. We're here at Mississippi Gulf Coast. We fought tornadoes today. We got here. We're glad to be here. It's beautiful weather tonight on the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Absolutely. Our thoughts and prayers are with everyone have been affected by this weather here recently. It has been crazy, ladies and gentlemen. So the Indians, though, getting set to start things off here. There's 14:50 to go on the clock, and the Indians started off with a handoff in the backfield, and Gulf Coast eats it up in a big way there. And that's going to be Forsythe on the carry. And so it'll be 2nd down and 11 now for the Indians. So the Indians go with a hurry up. Actually, it's going to be a 2nd down and 10 situation as they did not mark him for a loss. So they get him back to the line of scrimmage. A bad snap, and Ellington's going to pick it up, throws it towards the sideline, and goes out of bounds. So a break there for the Indians, Mr. Jim. But unfortunately for ICC now, it's now they do move the chain across the way. So it would be a 3rd down and 11 situation here for the Indians.
Adam, that was an outstanding play by Dan Ellington. It's a bad snap from center, picked up the ball, knew he had a receiver in the corner, threw the ball out of bounds. Instead of taking a 15-yard loss, it just went down as an incompletion. Big play here now, 3rd down, 3rd and 11 for the Indians.
Absolutely. A possession down here for ICC. The Indians in the shotgun. Ellington is your quarterback. 3 receivers on the far side of the field. Good snap back this time to Ellington. Looks across the middle, goes short route, gets up to about the 44-yard line. Well short of that 1st down marker, so the Indians look like they're going to try to play it and maybe just see if they can't pin Gulf Coast back, and that's going to be the case here. A gain of about 5 on the play should bring up a 4th down. 4th down, and what do you want to call that, 6?
4th and 6. That was Honeycutt, the sophomore wide receiver from Tallahassee, Florida, on the catch. A little bit short, though.
So we are going to go with 4th down and 6, and this will be the Indians' first opportunity to punt of the year. A little confusion on the field for some of the men coming in, as that was Deshaun Dinkins, slow to check into the contest. Punting for the Indians is going to be Hayden Franklin. The snap back's a good one. Steps into it, a booming kick, angled towards the sideline. It's going to hit and take an ICC roll inside the 20, inside the 15. Still rolling down to about the 13-yard line. We're to be a 1st down and 10 situation here for Gulf Coast.
Nice job by our punter. The freshman came out there. Hayden Franklin had a good punt. Got a great roll at him. The punt went roughly, I think, around 40 yards. Pinned them deep. Defense is on the field. 1st and 10. Gulf Coast Bulldogs from their own 12-yard line. We just started the game. First quarter, 13:25 left in the first quarter.
So it'll be a 1st down and 10 situation. Gulf Coast moving right to left on your radio dial. For those watching on Let'sGoICCTV.com, they're in the all-white uniforms. So waiting the snap. Shotgun situation here for the Bulldogs. It looks like a pistol formation. Give is going to be no play action fake. Looking to go big on the first play. Has a man down the field. And just too far. I tell you what, Mr. Jim. That time it was number 7, Landon Rice. Wide open that time for the Bulldogs.
No doubt about it. He's a transfer, I believe, from Auburn. Quarterback had him open. He missed him. Hey, we'll take it 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 12-yard line.
It's number 6 taking snaps, Torrance Gibson, for the Bulldogs. So he is going to be in that same formation. 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen, near side of the field. This time the give is going to be to the lone running back in the backfield. Stacked up in the backfield, and the Indians swarm in and knock him back. Maybe a loss. Let's see if they're going to give him back to the original line of scrimmage, as that was Torrey on the carry. And looks like it is going to be no gain on the play. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down. 3rd down and 10 here for the Bulldogs. 13 minutes and counting here.
Adam Lataris Moore, the freshman from Calhoun City, made the tackle then.
So now it's going to be a 3rd down and 10 situation here for the Bulldogs. Possession down. Indians bringing pressure up the middle. Gets it now. Delays, but now the quarterback's got a whole lot of room to run. He'll have the 1st down and then some. And I tell you what, that's just going to be the case tonight. Torrance Gibson, he went to American Heritage High School out of Plantation, Florida. Good-looking quarterback, scrambled for a gain of about 15 that time.
Adam, he also went to Ohio State and transferred over here. So he is a big-time player.
Absolutely. So that will move the chains. The ball is going to be out at about the 26, 27. Make it the 27-yard line. Would it be a 1st and 10? Quarterback keeper yet again. This time he's going to be hit and knocked down just about the 30. Yes, they're going to give him the 30-yard line. Tell you what, Jim, you can tell a difference in level of play that time. He just stiff-armed and shoved an Indian defender to the turf. Gain of 3 on the play brings up a 2nd down and 7.
Good job by Q-Lot. Sophomore linebacker Grenada held him to a 3-yard gain, as Adam mentioned. 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs. 12 minutes left in the first quarter. No score.
And so the Bulldogs, not in really a hurry, not in a huddle offense as well. Gets to the line of scrimmage, kind of sees what the Indians do. 4 men up front for the Indians defensively. They're wearing all red with the blue helmet. Give is going to be the lone running back. He knifes his way to the outside. Great read, great block up front. Big-time gain of about 11 that time, as that was DeAndre Torrey yet again on the carry.
1st and 10 Bulldogs at their own 41-yard line. Got a good drive going. Indians need to step it up here and stop them, Adam.
So it's going to be 1st down and 10 yet again for the Bulldogs as they are marching down the field after converting their own 3rd down. Pass out to the flat is complete near the 50-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 8 on the play for the Bulldogs, and the clock continues to roll here. And right now, Gulf Coast slowly but surely, methodically marching down the field.
That was Landon Rice, the transfer from Auburn, on the catch. David Little, the sophomore from Saltillo, on the stop.
2nd and short. Give is going to be to the running back in the backfield. Missed tackle in the backfield, and that results in a big gain. I tell you what, we had him hit for a loss of 2, but that time Torrey shows off his speed and strength. What was going to be a loss of 2 turns into a gain of about 17-19 on the play.
Devin Hollins on the tackle, good open field tackle. However, 1st and 10, as Adam mentioned, the ball's at ICC's 31-yard line.
So the Bulldogs marching closer and closer to that red zone here. They look to the sideline to get the call. 10:53 and counting here in the contest. Adam Gore, Jim Ingram bringing this action here on FM 95 Sports. We do want to thank all those that have tuned in so far. And up the middle they go to Torrey. Torrey just pinballing off everyone, refusing to go down, muscles his way out towards the 28, make it to 27 possibly yard line. So a good carry. I tell you what, this Torrey kid, Jim, listed at 5'10", 190, but he is looking impressive.
No doubt about it. Good run for them. 2nd down, 2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs. 10:20 left in the first quarter, no score.
Indians defense needs to step up here. 2nd down and 5, as Jim mentioned, is the play. And this time play action pass across the middle. Caught. No. Incomplete. Great job that time by number 11 for the Indians, as we're learning these guys as we go here. That is Devin Hollis, the sophomore out of South Haven, coming in and laying the boom on him that time as he was able to jar that one free. And the ball now it goes to 3rd down and 5.
3rd and 5 from ICC's 27. 10:09 left in the first quarter, no score.
Man in motion going to the far side of the field. Indians in the backfield. Quarterback trying to break free. Indians just cannot bring him down, but eventually do, and a big-time stop there for the Indians.
Good play by the Indians. Number 23 made a great tackle. Q-Lot around the ball. Adam, big play here. 4th down, 4th and 6. The ball is back at the 28-yard line. That'd be a 45-yard field goal. Looks like they're going for it, 4th and 6.
So it will be the situation here as the Bulldogs going for it on 4th and 6 to see if the Indians can come up with a big-time stop here.
Adam, they're trying to draw us off sides. I'm not sure here.
That's what it is. It looks like they're taking their time. And the Bulldogs do get the snap back now. Pressure coming off the edge. Quarterback's going to tuck it, try to get to the outside. Indians have the angle on him. He actually tucks that one. A right-handed quarterback tossed it with the left hand, and the Indians get the stop. Big-time stop there for the Indians, Jim.
Hey, you bend, but you don't break. We stop them, even though they got about 50 yards on the drive. We take over early in the first quarter, 9:16 left in the first quarter. No score, Indians with the ball.
So now the Indians will get it back after a not impressive starting drive of the season, but get those nerves out of the system a little bit, see if you can get after it here. So it'll be a 1st down and 10 situation here for the Indians. As you can tell, we've got a new setup here, and I'm trying to learn it as we go, so please forgive me if you see the clock and the downs get off throughout the evening. 9:16 to play here in the first quarter. Scoreless between ICC and the Bulldogs. We'll give you a Renaissance Bank scoreboard update at the next opportunity. This is going to be a gift to Forsythe. Forsythe tries to lower his head, but a nice stop on the edge that time. Looks like maybe another loss of 1 on the play for the Indians, and it was Forsythe. Second time he's carried the ball and been hit for a loss.
Safety came up very quickly, stopped them at the line of scrimmage. We're trying to stretch it out there, but they got too much speed. We got to do some quick hitting inside or throw the football.
I tell you what, we're lucky to have some beautiful weather this evening, considering the weather throughout the state. That being some of the issues of some of the games going on right now throughout the MACJC. Low snap, pressure up the middle, screen pass. Caught to the outside. That's Terry Williams. Breaks one man. Now trying to get to the outside near the 40-yard line. And that looks like that's going to be enough for a 1st down. That 1st down being brought to you by Joey Cox, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent. Or no, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds just before getting to the marker. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down. We'll call it 3rd down and 1, a gain of 10 on the play.
Little bubble screen. Look very good at him. We got to get this 1 yard, get the 1st down.
And it's going to be a handoff up the middle. Big, strong running. Now breaks through out across the 50 to the 45. Big-time run there for the Indians, as that was Forsythe. Forsythe knew he needed 1, and he just hammered his way through as he crosses the ball across midfield.
Forsythe got 20. Forsythe is a low to the ground, 6 foot, 225-pounder. Nice run, nice blocking for the interior line.
So the Indians now on the move. Give is going to be to the running back this time. That's going to be number 4 for the Indians, a gain of 1 on the play, and that is going to be Dinkins. Dinkins, I believe, a freshman running back out of Northside High School in Warren Robins, Georgia, listed at 6'1", 225. Actually, they're going to move it back now and say no gain on the play, so a very unfavorable spot for the Indians. Or no, now they're moving it up. The chain guy just does not know
I thought he got some yards there. Was there an offsides penalty?
Must have been.
I think that's what happened.
Okay, so that's what the case is going to be there for.
1st down, 1st and 5. It was offsides on Gulf Coast. 1st and 5 on their 39-yard line, Adam.
So the Indians now with it 1st and 5, a break there for the good guys. And this is going to be
quarterback draw.
Quarterback draw up the middle. And little doing that time, if any. And so no gain on the play that time, and so now we continue to roll here.
2nd down, 2nd and 5, 7:35 left in the first quarter. Mississippi Gulf Coast 0, Itawamba Indians 0.
And so now Ellington gets back in the shotgun. Looking for the pass, and it's going to be floated out there and just too high that time. Intended for Dinkins out of the backfield. Read nicely, though, by the Bulldogs. Forced that pass to go high out of bounds. The clock will stop at 7:20.
Big play here, Adam. We got the ball at their 39-yard line. Got a good drive going. 3rd down, 3rd and 5. Might be 2 down territory. Too far for a field goal. Too short for a punt. Let's get the 1st down now.
Ball is at the 39-yard line. 7:20 to go here. Clock is stopped on that pass, and there's going to be movement on the front line.
Free play.
Free play. They go down the sideline. Jump ball is caught. Crosses across the 5-yard line down to the 4. Let's hope this play is not against the Indians here. Looks like it was all sides on the Bulldogs. If that's the case, the Indians will have it 1st and goal inside the 5.
Who caught that ball? I missed that. Did we get the replay? I missed who caught the ball, Adam. We were excited about them being offsides.
Let me see if I can do that. Nope, I don't believe I can, Mr. Jim.
We didn't see who caught it, but a great catch. 1st and goal, Indians. The ball is at the 4-yard line of Mississippi Gulf Coast. If you saw who caught it, text Adam around, let us know. We dropped the ball there. We're excited about the guy being offsides, so we missed the catch.
And so the Indians with it now. It's going to be a 1st and goal to go situation from the 4. Now they're trying to go to the corner of the end zone. Jump ball just too high out of the hands of number 19, Malik Honeycutt. I believe that might have been who actually caught that last pass.
Was it Honeycutt, number 19? Yes, great. He's a sophomore receiver from Tallahassee, Florida. Made a great catch. We're down at the 4-yard line. Second down, second and goal. There's a flag on the play. Oh, Lord. An eligible receiver against Itawamba.
So the Indians now, that one comes back.
That will come back.
Bites us a little bit. So to back up the Indians, Miss Tina Harlow also chiming in, said it was number 19
Good
on
job,
the catch
Tina.
as well. Thanks, Miss Tina Harlow, back in the studios in Amory. ICC football will be on FM 95 Sports all season long this year. Miss Tina Harlow, Ed Stanford and company doing a great job for us there in Amory. So it will back us up. Ball is going to be at the 9-yard line, a 5-yard penalty.
But it's still first down.
Yes.
We're still okay. First and goal, the ball's at the 9. Early in the ball game, 6:55 left in the first quarter. No score, Itawamba, Mississippi Delta. Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Yes,
Excuse me.
Mississippi Gulf Coast. So waiting the snap. It's give now. It's going to be to Forsythe up the middle. Forsythe rumbles his way forward, gets the 5 yards back. Actually, giving him a credit of 4. They're going to mark it at the 4-yard line. Is where to be first, or excuse me, now it would be second and goal.
Second and goal. The ball's at the 5-yard line. 6:40 left in the first quarter. No score.
And so second down and goal to go from the 5, as Mr. Jim just mentioned.
Adam, we brought in a package. We've got 6 offensive linemen. They brought in an extra tackle block down here at the goal line.
So they're going to go big in this situation. I'm going to apologize. Every time I change the down, the clock resets. The Indians try to go over the middle. Looks like a gain of 2 on the play, as that was number 13, Dan Ellington, on the carry. So the Indians knocking on the door here.
Gave him only 1 yard, Adam. Third and goal with the 4. We got a big package coming in here. Looks like we're bringing in a couple big linemen.
So it may just go with the big boy package here and see if we can't rumble forward and get these 4 yards.
You know, it might be 2 down territory, or if you don't make it here, it's a chip shot. We hope field goal.
So actually, yes, it's third down and goal to go here. Ellington rolling out, got pressure, lobs it downfield, trying to go to slash, but too high that time as the intended receiver, Christian Salisbury, the ball out of bounds. And so now to bring up a field goal opportunity here for the Indians. At 5:43 to go here in the quarter, ICC trying to score the first points of the season and take an early 3-0 advantage here over Gulf Coast.
All right, let's bring in our freshman kicker. Put a little pressure on him here in the first quarter. The freshman, Caleb Comer, freshman from Caledonia, Mississippi. At least it's only a 21-yard field goal. I think he's going to nail it, Adam.
So Comer will await the snap. It's a good one. Steps into it. It's blocked. And the Bulldogs pick it up and trying to return it. And so a great effort that time by the Bulldogs. Unfortunately, though, for the Indians, it resulted in a blocked extra point.
Unfortunately, it was blocked. I think it was going to go through, but give Mississippi Gulf Coast credit. They blocked the field goal. They take over at their own 13-yard line. Good drive for the Indians, just like Gulf Coast had. Got to play defense now.
Let's go back and look at that replay on the block. Or actually, I'm trying to, but it will not let me, so never mind. As I said, learning the new equipment here, folks. So
First and 10, Mississippi Gulf Coast. The ball is at their own 13-yard line. 5:36 left in the first quarter, no score.
Mr. Jim, right there on the spot for us. So the Bulldogs with it now. And the give is going to be to the lone running back in the backfield. Indians trip him up, but he's still able to fight forward. Gain of about 2 on the play. I'll tell you what, Mr. Jim, DeAndre Torrey has looked impressive. We've hit him a couple of times in the backfield, but he even came out of his shoe that time and was able to
got some positive yards. Got 2 yards. You know, Duke Collins, freshman lineman from Jackson, Georgia, made a tackle for the Indians.
And so it'll be second down and 8 to go. Play action fake, looking deep. He's got a man down the sideline, wide open, but just too far. I tell you what, Mr. Jim, the Bulldogs get that timed up, and that's 6. Zach Farrer out of Arlington, Texas, had to beat on the ICC defensive back, and just that time the pass too far.
Zach Farrer, thanks to transfer from Oklahoma. Yeah. Outstanding wide receiver, and we were fortunate, just an overthrown pass. We didn't have any safety help that time. But, hey, it's the incompletion. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Third down, 3rd and 8 for the Bulldogs.
And so, yes, 3rd down and 8 to go. Bulldogs with it. Ball is at the 15-yard line. Snap back to Goodwin. Pressure coming. Screenplay. Read nicely by the Indians. Eat him up at the line of scrimmage and finally goes down. They're going to credit him for a gain of 1 on the play. Good Hawking defense that time by the Indians. Sets up a fourth down. Fourth down, let's call it 7 to go here for the Bulldogs. And so the Bulldogs will be forced to punt. This looks like number 44 coming in. Mason Hunt out of Stone High School. Wiggins just down the road from us here at Perkinston.
Travis Silo made a good play for the Indians there to stop that screen pass. Should get good field position, Adam. The ball's at their 16-yard line. We're back deep. Terry Williams is back around midfield waiting for the punt.
4:22 and counting here, waiting on the snap here from the Bulldogs. Fourth down and 8 is what the officials want to call it. Bad snap, bobbled it, was able to get it. Not a lot of pressure by the Indians that time. High spinning kick, going to hit it to 50, take a Bulldog roll, and Williams is going to return it. He actually was calling.
They called a fair catch.
Yeah, calling for a fair catch
cannot
after
run
hit. Yep. And so that's what that's going to be there. So that will stop the clock at 4:02 to play here in the first quarter. We're still scoreless between ICC and the Bulldogs of Gulf Coast. How about this? Halftime, Pearl River leading number 9 Northeast 14-7. That's a halftime score there. We're trying to keep up with some other scores throughout the league, and I tell you what, Holmes East Central, it was in the first quarter. They were delayed because 10 was blowing off some buildings nearby. Holmes led that one 7-0, and last I checked, there was no power at the field between Northwest and Hines, as there's a pass to the outside, complete to number 1 for the Indians. That's going to be Jamel Thomas from Ellington. But, yeah, last I checked, it was 0-0 Northwest and Hines. Let's see if we can scroll through Twitter and see some more scores.
Jamel Thomas, freshman from Caledonia, made his first catch of his collegiate career, Adam. Gain of 4, second down, 2nd and 6 for the Indians. The ball's at our own 46-yard line. 3:45 left in the first quarter, no score.
14-0, Holmes leading East Central. Pass over the middle. Oh, wide open and just off the hands of the tight end. That was Trey Towns. Trey Towns.
He is a big boy.
A freshman tight end from Grenada. Trey is listed at 5'11", 275. I tell you what, that one right there is going to be one he wish he had back.
Ball was a little bit behind him, but he just couldn't pull it in.
And so now it'll be third down and 6 to go here. Play action fake. Ellington rolling out, lifts it downfield. He's got a man wide open and is caught on the sideline. And yet again, that's Malik Honeycutt coming up with a big play for the Indians. Looked like the secondary for Gulf Coast got a little confused on the coverage there. Moved those chains for another first down, being brought to you by Joey Cox, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent.
Good job. Good pass and play, Adam. I think that went for about 25 yards, good pass, good catch. Indians first down, as Adam mentioned.
Indians trying to knock on the door here. Had a field goal opportunity blocked on their last possession. Give is going to be to Forsythe up the middle. Powers his way down near the 20-yard line. Maybe giving the 19. Actually, no, they're going to say his knee was down at the 21. So another nice pickup there on first down for the Indians.
Gain of 6, second down, 2nd and 4 Indians. The ball, as Adam mentioned, at Bulldogs' 21-yard line. 3 minutes left in the first quarter, no score.
So the Indians, once again, marching down the field. Both these teams right now, Jim, anything you can do, I can do better. Bend but don't break style of play. As ICC with it now, second down and 4. 2:44 and counting here in the first quarter of a scoreless ball game. Ellington checking at the line of scrimmage. Now goes back with 2 receivers on both sides of the football. Ellington fires it. And there's a touchdown for the Indians. ICC gets the first score of the year on a 21-yard touchdown pass. And I believe, again, that was Malik Honeycutt on the score.
Honeycutt has caught already 4 passes in this fourth quarter. We score the first touchdown of the year. Honeycutt on the catch. Roughly, I think, about 25-yard pass, if I'm not mistaken.
21.
Excuse me. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first quarter, 6-0. Extra point coming. 21-yard pass.
So the kick is up, and the kick is good. The Indians strike first, and they take a 7-0 lead here of the Bulldogs with 2:30 to play in the first quarter. We're going to take a break and be back with more. ICC leads at 7-0. Back with more right after this.
When I grow up, I'm going to redefine pizza. One that will change the history of pizza forever. A pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni. This is my dream, and I can do it. Because my mom and dad said I can accomplish anything. And I will do great things in life.
Sorry, kid, it's been done.
But my dream...
Introducing Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizza. A large pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. ICC leads 7-0 here. 2:30 to go in the first quarter of play after a 21-yard touchdown pass from Dan Ellington to Malik Honeycutt. Comer's kick was good, and that's where we stand now. The kick is going to be an end-over-end kick. It almost went out of bounds, but instead it's going to be picked up at the 11-yard line by the Bulldogs. He's hit and spun down at the 20. Nicely coverage that time by the Indians. Ball took a favorable roll, like it's going to angle out of bounds, just hit, pop straight up in the air, and force the Bulldogs to only be able to return it for a gain of 10.
Good job with Drake Wallace, the sophomore linebacker from Amory, playing football this year.
Yep.
Going to be very important for the Indians. Made a good tackle. 1st and 10, Gulf Coast. The ball's at their own 21-yard line. First quarter, ICC 7, Mississippi Gulf Coast 0, 2:23 left in the first quarter.
And as you said, Mr. Jim, 2:23 left in the first quarter. As we said a while ago, when we were changing our down markers, it was resetting our clock, so we're going to let that clock sit at 15 minutes. 2:23, first down and 10. Ball is at the 21-yard line for the Bulldogs. They're moving right to left on your radio dial. High snap, looking deep again. Got a man this time, and it's once again overthrown. And I tell you what, the Indians' defense living life dangerously right now, Mr. Jim. That is the third time we've seen a wide receiver from Bulldogs get behind that secondary of ICC. Pass just a little too far.
Right, and it's 3 times the pass has been too long. Our defense and the defensive backfield got to step it up here. You know, fortunately, that hadn't been completed, but unfortunately, they're seeing they're open. We got to play better pass defense. Hey, it's still a long incompletion. 2nd down, 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
That was Gibson on the pass that time, and it comes up incomplete. Give is going to be to Torrey in the backfield. Torrey, man, that kid is small and quick, and he scrambles forward for a gain of 13 on the play. I tell you what, that was not Torrey that time. That was actually Terrion Avery, a 5'10", 195 running back out of Wiggins, as he just got that quickly for 13 yards and another first down for the Bulldogs. So first down and 10. Ball is just shy of the 35-yard line. Quarterback option out this time. That option pass read. The give is forward, and that is going to be number 17 on the reception. That is D. White for the Bulldogs, and he's able to stumble forward for a gain of 9.
David Little on the tackle, being helped by Drake Wallace, as Adam mentioned, a gain of 9, 2nd and 1. Bulldogs making a move here on their own 43-yard line. 2nd down, 2nd and 1. Indians up 7-0, a minute 30 left in the first quarter.
So the Bulldogs trying to answer that drive by the Indians. This is going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle, but the Indians are right there hitting the backfield. A loss of 2 on the play. Great job that time. Looked like a little confusion by the Bulldogs. The Indians taking advantage of the play there, and I'm trying to see the young man that came up with the tackle. That looks like number 32 for the Indians. That is going to be Calmorris Robinson, a freshman out of Noxubee County High School. Also in on the tackle was Jaquez Nelson, a sophomore out of Oxford High School. Third down, and let's call it a 3 situation here after the loss of 2. Bulldogs looking to the sideline. Boy, Jim, this could be a big-time stop here if the Indians could possibly get a stop and maybe force them to punt.
Looks like Gibson's audible here, quarterback for Bulldogs.
Gibson, play action fake, pressure coming on the ends. Gibson now wants to tuck and run. He's got plenty of room to run, has the first down and then some, gets a block and runs out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line. Let's call it the 42. Moves the chains, and the clock stops with 33 seconds. Boy, I tell you what, this Gibson kid is impressive.
He's very impressive. I mean, Adam, he's 6'5", 225, and can run. I bet he runs at least a 4.6, 4.5. Just left 2 Indians in. Got the first down, as you mentioned. First down, Bulldogs on the Indians' 42-yard line. 24 seconds left in the first quarter. Clock running. Indians up 7-0.
So the Bulldogs with the fresh set of downs. First down and 10. Ball is at the 42. Give is going to be the running back in the backfield. He is wrapped up, but slips out of the tackle and then is eventually knocked down. A loss of, what do you want to call that, 3, 4 on the play?
I'd say so, and that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. Indians 7, Bulldogs 0 at the end of the first quarter.
And that will do it, as Mr. Jim says. ICC takes a 7-0 lead over the Bulldogs here on the campus of Perkinston. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on FM 95 Sports and Let'sGoICCTV.com.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with a Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
I got a great deal on pizza.
You went to Little Caesars and got an extra most bestest with the most cheese and pepperoni for just $6.
I got a terrible deal on pizza.
Give me that.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni at the nation's best price. Little Caesars $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza, pizza.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. Getting set to start the second quarter of play. To be a 2nd down and 14 situation here for the Bulldogs. ICC leading 7-0 on the road to open the season here against Gulf Coast. Bulldogs with the ball just shy of the 45-yard line. Going to run the option. Pitch out nicely, sealed off the corner that time. But the Indians quickly get around there. They stretch the play out nicely that time, Jim. Minimum gain of maybe 2 on the play for the Bulldogs. And then bring up a 3rd down and long. Let's call it 3rd down and 12.
Good job by the Indians. Big play here, Adam. We got a 7-0 lead on the road. First game of the year. ICC 7, Mississippi Gulf Coast 0. Big play for Gulf Coast, 3rd and 12. The ball is at the Indians' 44-yard line.
So the Bulldogs with it now. Ball just across the 45, as Jim mentioned. Clock continues to run. So we're just now starting the second quarter of play. For just now joining us, ICC scored at the 2:30 mark of the first quarter on a 21-yard touchdown pass from Dan Ellington to Malik Honeycutt. Comer added the PAT, and that's your Renaissance Bank scoreboard update. Deep to pass. Pressure coming from the Indians. And now steps into it, throws it up midfield, jump ball, and is it caught? Wow. What a play by the Bulldogs. No, they're going to say it's incomplete.
Wow.
What a break for the Indians.
We'll take that. Now the referees are talking about it, Adam. Incomplete.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah, so, man, a break there for the for the Indians. But, man, what about Torrance Gibson? He dodged 2 tackles, shoved off another one just to keep that play alive. Little dangerous toss to have that one tipped up in the air. Good wherewithal from one of his wide receivers trying to come up and make the play. But the Indians get the stop, and now this will be a punting situation as they send out Mason Hunt on to kick this one here for the Bulldogs.
The ball's at the Indians' 44, so he does not want to kick it too deep. We got Terry Williams back deep for the Indians. Need to be very careful here, Adam.
Terry Williams, a second-team All-American as a freshman. Snap back's a little high, but a good one. And it's going to be a short kick. It's going to hit at the 20, take a Gulf Coast roll forward inside the 15, and actually an ICC roll back to about the 16. And that's where the Indians will have it with a 1st down and 10 situation here. They lead 7-0 in the first quarter of play. Mr. Jim, your thoughts so far on the contest?
You know, we're playing very well, Adam. We got a big touchdown. I'm proud of the kids hustling hard here on the road. 7-0 lead here early in the second quarter. Playing a lot of freshmen. They're playing very well now against a very, very good Gulf Coast team.
So it'll be a 1st down and 10. The ball is going to be spotted at the 16-yard line where ICC will have it, leading 7-0. Dan Ellington back out at quarterback. Forsythe is your running back. 2 receivers on both sides of the football. Ellington telling Forsythe to go in motion. Bad snap. Ellington, though, has to fall on top of the football. Looked like the center that time just kind of bounced it off his inner thigh. Heads up play that time by Ellington to jump on top of that one. A loss of 1, 2, 3 on the play for the Indians. So 2nd down and 13. Clock is rolling here. 13:30 to play. ICC quickly to the line of scrimmage. Ellington looking to the sideline now is going to audible off. Same set here. 2 receivers on both sides of the football. High snap. Ellington fumbles it. He's going to have to fall on it again. Boy, things are not going well for the Indians here. Did we even keep the football? Gulf Coast says they have it. No official signal from the referee, and yes, the Bulldogs recover the fumble inside the 5-yard line. Boy, a tough break there for the Indians. Be first and goal to go for the Bulldogs from the 4.
Adam, we had a backup center in that series, I believe. I don't know if it bad exchange or what. You know, we had 2 fumbles on the snaps. Now we got to play great defense here. First and goal for Gulf Coast. The ball's at ICC's 4-yard line. Didn't need to have a turnover here early in the game. We did. Let's see if we can step up, play some defense.
East Mississippi Jones County tied at 7, 1:46 to go in the first quarter. That game is at East Mississippi. Halftime, Pearl River leading number 9 Northeast 14-7. So Gulf Coast with the football, trying to tie things up here. They trail 7-0. Ball is at the 4-yard line, first and goal. High snap. Give is going to be to the long running back in the backfield, and he will high step that one into the end zone. Give the ball a little spike as well. No flag coming in from the official on that one. I can't blame the official for not throwing the flag.
Excited. It was DeAndre Torres looking good, the 5'10 freshman from Goshen, Mississippi, here at the Gulf Coast. 1 point away from tying up this ball game, Adam. 13 minutes left in the second quarter. ICC 7, Gulf Coast 6, pending an extra point.
Torrey runs that one in from 4 yards out, and looks like Gulf Coast having a little confusion on the assignment afterwards. They do get some personnel on the field late here. Awaiting the snap. It's on its way. The kick is up, and the kick is good. We're tied at 7. The Bulldogs take advantage of a turnover by ICC. We're going to take a break and hear a word from Sonic. 7-7 is your score, and even 13 minutes to play until halftime. Back with more right after this on FM 95 Sports and Let'sGoICCTV.com.
All right, we're back with one of the best dunkers in basketball. His name is Zach Levine.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, enough with the jibber jab. Let's roll Zach's top 10 dunks.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Hachi, chachi, dunky, reenie.
Guys, these aren't my dunks. These are sandwiches.
Welcome to our house, Zach.
That's right. We live here.
You live here with the sandwiches?
No, I have a home and a wife and a child.
I live here with the sandwiches.
Try the new Dunked Ultimate Chicken Sandwich in 3 bold flavors and get half-price shakes and ice cream slushes after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
With Farm Bureau, you're getting local agents, great auto rates, and fast, friendly claims.
Great. Glad I went with Favre Bureau.
No, it's Farm Bureau.
Favre.
Say it with me. Farm.
Favre.
Ma. You know what? Doesn't matter. Either way, you're all set.
See? That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
For coverage you can't beat. Farm Bureau Insurance.
And we remind you, ladies and gentlemen, Joey Cox, a proud sponsor of ICC football as we get set for this kickoff here from the Bulldogs. The kick is on its way, end-over-end kick, and this is going to be Salisbury taking it at the 10-yard line. Salisbury takes it up the middle, across the 20. A lot of speed here for Salisbury. Across the middle, up to near the 40-yard line, down to the 39, and Jim, he was one man away from taking that one to the house. Slash with a big-time return.
Adam, we've had 2 returns here early in the season. Looking good, little good speed by Salisbury. Got good field position. Had an unfortunate turnover there here in the second quarter. Tied the ball game up 7-7, 12:53 left until half. Tied up ball game.
So the Indians will have it, first down and 10. The ball is going to be marked at the 39-yard line. The Indians with 3 receivers here on the near side of the field. Bottom of your screen if you're watching on Let'sGoICCTV.com, the red channel. Give is going to be to Forsythe. Forsythe cuts it back up the middle. Powers his way forward for a gain of about 5 on the play. Good, strong run that time by the sophomore out of West Point. Jim, we're going to lean on him a lot this season. Was injured last year, got a medical red shirt, coming back for his technically 3rd season for the Indians.
No doubt about it. Gain of 5. You mentioned second down, 2nd and 5. Tied up, 12:30 left in the second quarter. ICC and Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Snap back. Ellington looking to throw. He's got a man wide open. Terry Williams had to be about 6'7" to catch that one as the ball sails out of bounds. Incomplete. It'll bring up a 3rd down. 3rd down and 5 situation here for the Indians. Jim, a possession down early on here. Indians want to try to find a way to sort of string this plays together here and maybe just answer back at the Bulldogs.
3rd down, you mentioned, Adam. 3rd and 5. Still got good field position at the 44-yard line. Need to get a first down. Keep the momentum going.
So awaiting the snap. 3rd down and 5. Now the Indians are going to change the play from the line of scrimmage. Ball is just shy of the 45-yard line, so let's call it the 44 is where the Indians will have it. Awaiting the snap. Play clock down to 5. The Indians are going to have to hurry. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, And that's going to be movement on the offensive line. And they're going to call a false start on the offense. And there was a Gulf Coast player that came running and shoved one of the Indians players out of bounds. The official did not throw a flag on that. Or at least I didn't see one come out on the sideline. They quickly got in between that one there. But not something you want to see early, and especially this early in the season. Things getting a little chippy. But unfortunately for the Indians, back that one up 5. And now it's going to be a 3rd down and 10 situation.
3rd and 10, and Dan changed the play there and made the clock go all the way down to 0. Our lineman jumped.
3rd down and 10. 3 receivers on the bottom of your screen, 1 up top, and there is a running back in the backfield. Pressure coming over the middle. Screen play. Indians got a lot of running room in front of him. This could be a long play here. Breaks 1 tackle. Oh, just a screen tackle. That time by number 22 of the Bulldogs. If not, that's going to the house, as that was number 22, Spencer, making the stop. On the reception was Dinkins, the freshman running back, 6'1", 225 out of Georgia, making a big-time play and a big-time conversion. Or hold everything. There is a flag down. No, that's actually going to be a flag down on the Bulldogs. So tack on another 15 yards after that with a face mask penalty. So even a bigger break there, a big-time gain for the Indians. And now the ball is going to be marched down to about the 22-yard line. We're going to be a 1st down and 10 situation. 11:41 to go here in the first quarter. 7-7 is your score, ICC and Gulf Coast.
11:40 in the second quarter.
Snap back. This is going to be a quick pass out to Salisbury. Slips past one man. Gets off another tackle. Down to about the 5. Flips end over end. Ball came loose, and the Bulldogs pick it up. Man still on his feet now, trying to get some blocks downfield. He's got a lot of room to run, folks. And the Indians with a touchdown-saving tackle. I'll tell you what, Salisbury got popped that time, and the ball came free. Second time we see a strong hit. I'll tell you what, Bulldogs lucky not to have that one brought back, as that was a cheap shot well after the play from Isaiah Washington out of New Orleans on the quarterback, Dan Ellington, well down the field from the ball right there in front of the official. And so a tough break for the Indians here. That turnover, and looks like it was picked up, I think, by maybe number 55. Nope, not number 55, because that's listed as an offensive line. But either way it goes, to return the ball back out to about the 34 is where the Bulldogs will have it. 7-7 is your score. 11:16 to play here for Gulf Coast. Snap back's a good one. Quarterback keeper this time. Let's run the option. Tries to follow some blockers and gets some. Now gets the corner. Looks to get to the outside and just takes it out of bounds at the 50-yard line. Nifty piece of running there. Gain of about 14 on the play for Gibson.
1st down, Mississippi Gulf Coast. As Adam mentioned, good run by the quarterback. 1st and 10 Gulf Coast. The ball is going to be placed at their own 49-yard line. 11 minutes left in the second quarter. We're all tied 7-7.
So 1st down, ball is at the 49, as Jim mentioned. The clock continues to roll. 7-7 is your score. Gibson taking his time. High snap, had to bat it back to himself. Plenty of time to throw. Looks downfield, a man across the middle. It is caught for another 1st down for the Bulldogs. The Indians defender helmet came off, so he will have to check out the play. That is going to be number 9 for the Indians, Quincy Hurd, who made the tackle. Another 1st down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox.
1st and 10 Gulf Coast. The ball's at our 32-yard line. 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Clock running. Tied up 7-7 second quarter.
So the Bulldogs with it. Trying to take advantage of a second turnover by the Indians. Pass out in the flats, wide open. Got one man to beat on the sideline. He's hit and turned end over end. But again, picking up yardage in chunks right now, Mr. Jim, are the Bulldogs, as that one good for a gain of about 13 on the play, and another 1st down for the Bulldogs.
Tackle by Drake Wallace. Made a good open field tackle. Unfortunately, they still got the 1st down, Adam. 1st and 10. The ball's at our 19-yard line.
India's defense needs to find a way to stiffen here, see if they can't get the ball back, or maybe just force a field goal attempt here. 1st down and 10. Play action fake. A lot of room to run here for Gibson. He's going to slip past one and take it to the house. A 19-yard touchdown run for Gibson, and the Bulldogs have taken their first lead of the evening by the score of 13-7.
Torrance Gibson's a special quarterback. You know, if he's signed with Ohio State, you know he can play football. He's a transfer, 6'5", 225. Good run by Torrance Gibson. As Adam mentioned, the first lead of the game for Mississippi Gulf Coast. They're up 13-7 here with 10 minutes left in the second quarter.
So awaiting the PAT here. As a snap back, a little low, but is able to get his foot into it. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 14-7, Gulf Coast with the lead. 10:03 to play here in the first half. We're going to take a break and hear a word from Food Giant and more as you're listening to ICC football on FM 95 Sports and watching on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. Check out this week's specials.
Fresh ground beef, $1.98 per pound. Dole Classic Salad or Coleslaw, 99 cents each. And Best Choice Charcoal Briquettes, $5.98.
At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
From the moment they were young, you cheered them on. You defended them and you encouraged them. Why? Because as a child's parent, you are their greatest influence. You always wanted them to be better, accomplish more, and make a difference. We want that too. At Itawamba Community College, we give them the opportunity to live a life above the bar.
And welcome back out of the timeout. 14-7, a pop-up kick here. Gulf Coast trying to pull a little trickery in the Indians, though, right there for it. Trying to see if they couldn't get that onside kick. The Indians called for a fair catch, and that was number 15 for the Indians. That's Kavaris Brown, a wide receiver, freshman out of Grenada High School, coming up and making the play. Indians get pretty good field position here.
No doubt about it. Good job by Kavarius. Made a good, smart play. As you mentioned, we got the ball at our own 46, 10 minutes left in halftime. We are down 14-7, but good field position for the Indians. Need to take advantage of this, Adam.
And it looks like it's 0-0. Hines and Northwest. Northwest ranked number 6 in the country. They're 0-0 at the half. So the Indians with the football, looking to get things going here. Ellington steps up in the pocket. Now in trouble. Throws it over the top, and that's Terry Williams with the catch. Slips past one tackle. Off another one. Going forward down to about the 33-yard line. Beautiful play that time. Ellington showing off his special ability to make something happen with his feet. Defense came up to respect that, just dropped it right in the hands of Terry Williams.
Good job, Ellington and Williams. Good throw and catch. First down, Indians. We're moving down the field quickly. 1st and 10. We got the ball at Mississippi Gulf Coast, 32-yard line.
14-7, 9:40 and counting here until halftime. The Indians trying to rally here, run a slip screen out to the outside, and it's going to go for a positive gain of about 6, maybe 7 on the play, and that looks like it was number 1, Jamel Thomas, on the reception for the Indians. Let's call it a gain of 6, so to bring up a second down and 4.
Thomas, the freshman from Caledonia, good pass, good catch.
Clock continues to run, 9:15 to play here in the first quarter. Ellington resets the offense. Both these teams like to play with a little bit of pace to their offensive rhythm here. Now the Indians slowing it down a little bit. Second down and 4. Ball is on the 26. Play clock down to 10 seconds. Ellington gets the snap. He's going to keep it this time. Pressure coming off the corner. Ellington's going to tuck it and run, has the first down, and gets out of bounds. Smart play by Dan Ellington that time as he was able to get out of bounds. Stops the clock at 8:50, but moves the chains for another first down, being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. For all your insurance needs, give Joey a call or stop by and see him there on South Adams Street. Ball is going to be just inside the 20-yard line for the good guys.
Good job, Ellington. As Adam mentioned, first down, Indians at the 19 of Gulf Coast.
So waiting the snap. Tosses to the flats. It is to Salisbury. Salisbury lowers his head, muscles his way forward down to about the 5-yard line. Big, strong move that time by Christian Salisbury. Moved the chains. First and goal for the Indians.
Put the ball at the 7-yard line. Good pass and catch. First and goal, Indians. Got a chance to get it into the end zone and tie this ball game up, hopefully, Adam. 8:15 clock running second quarter. 14-7. Bulldogs over the Indians here early in the second quarter.
Salisbury listed at 5'8", 180, playing a lot bigger than that on that last play. First and goal here for the Indians. Ball is on the 8-yard line. Coming go 8 minutes of play here in the first half. And this is going to be Ellington on the keeper again, trying to get to the outside corner. It's going to dive in. Does he make it? Yes, he does.
There's a flag on the play. Late flag came in from the official.
And it's against the Indians. Like holding on the Indians on that play. So negate the touchdown. Boy, I tell you what, Jim, there have been 3 mistakes by the Indians coming at some timely untimely opportunities for the Indians. 2 fumbles, one inside the 5, one inside the 10 of our own that Gulf Coast was able to score on, and that holding penalty takes the score off the board for the Indians.
All right, Adam, it's going to be 1st and goal. They're going to place the ball, I believe, at the, well, they haven't even moved it yet, have they?
Well, we have an injury on the field right now across the way. Did not see who that is. It looks like it may be a Gulf Coast player down. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and FM 95 Sports.
Best pizza, New York style.
No way. Chicago deep dish.
Nah. White pie.
Half veggies, half meat. Just cheese.
No, pepperoni. Extra crunchy.
Chewy. Has to be gluten-free.
Top it with arugula.
No, basil.
Eggplant. Dude, really? That's not pizza. Come on. Pizza.
And a Coke.
You got that right. 2 Cokes, please.
My pizza goes best with a Coke.
An ice cold Coke.
Only with a Coke.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen, as the young man from Gulf Coast able to walk off on his own power. Looked like it was number 23 for the Bulldogs, Hendricks, that was able to walk off on his own power. Really good to see that there. 7:55 to play here. 1st and goal. The ball is now on the 13-yard line for the Indians. Ellington pass across the middle. Terry Williams thrown behind him that time, and he pays for that one as that was a hard pop put on Williams. Williams pops up and gets back and says, hey, give me another shot. Jim, he leads him just about a step forward. Williams takes that one into the end zone.
Dan won't set back, but he'll make a play in a minute. 2nd and goal. The ball's at the 13-yard line of Mississippi Gulf Coast. 7:52 left in the second quarter. Gulf Coast 14, Indians 7.
So the Indians will have it, as Jim mentioned, 2nd down and goal to go. The ball is on the 13-yard line. Clock is stopped with 7:52. This time, the first time we see the Indians go with 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 receivers on the near side, 1 across the way up top. Ellington looking to pass, does out in the flat. Williams gets it, and he's going to dive into the end zone for a touchdown.
Great play by Terry Williams. Caught the ball at the 5, broke a tackle, used to speed. 1 point away from tying this ball game up, Adam.
Boy, I tell you what, this one has been exciting so far in the contest. 7:45 to play here. 3rd touchdown of the quarter. That was a 13-yard pass from Ellington to
Terry
Williams. And we're awaiting the PAT. Snap back's a little high, but the kick is up, and the kick is good. ICC ties it at 14. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got a good one brewing here in Perkison. ICC 14, Gulf Coast 14, 7:45 to play until halftime. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and FM 95 Sports.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
Man, if they sold these pretzel dogs at the stadium,
oh, everybody would love it.
Getting a hot dog on a premium pretzel bun with melted cheese sauce and crispy bacon here.
Oh, no thanks. I already got one.
The summer's biggest hit is the premium pretzel dog. This is how you Sonic.
No one loves the new Dunked Ultimate Chicken Sandwich more than 2-time dunk champion Zach LaVine.
That's right.
Except maybe 2-time dunk champion Zach LaVine from the future.
I have 2 sandwiches.
No one dunks like Sonic.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. I want to remind ICC students, you're looking for a part-time job, the Sonic in Fulton is hiring. If you're looking for a way to help pay for some books, some gas going back and forth, that's the Sonic there in Fulton. Stop by and ask for an application. Drop it off. Tell Melissa we sent you. This is a First American National Bank kickoff. It's going to be taken at the 10-yard line. by the Bulldogs, out across the 20, now up the middle, uses some speed, gets out across the 35, and is going to be knocked down at the 36-yard line is where the Bulldogs will have it. First down and 10. Jim, this has been an exciting football game so far.
Adam, 14-14, 7:30 left in halftime. Mistakes by both teams playing hard, rebounding from their mistakes. It's time to play defense right now.
Try to find some score updates throughout the league as we go throughout the evening. So it's going to be first down and 10. Like a little bit of movement across the line that time. No flag. Up the middle, the Bulldogs go. Spun and tattooed. But a pickup of 11 on the play, as that's number 9 for the Indians, Hurd, who puts the pop on the ball carrier.
That was Torrey again.
Yep, Torrey. Hurd is going to have to step off the field as his helmet comes off for the second time this evening. Might want to tighten up that chin strap a little bit. Bulldogs, though, pick up the first down, and they're going to continue to march down the field. First down and 10, 7:18 and counting here until halftime. We'll have a special presentation of the ICC band coming your way at the half. This pass is thrown and nearly hits the official on the far side of the field. And so it'll be a second down and 10 situation.
7:10 left to halftime. ICC 14, Mississippi Gulf Coast 14. Here played at Mississippi Gulf Coast.
So anything you can do, I can do better has been the theme so far in the first half. Bulldogs with the football. Out of the shotgun. That's pretty much been their set the whole time. One running back, 2 receivers on one side of the field. They do have a tight end on the far side of the field as well. Awaiting the snap. Going to be given to the lone running back. No, excuse me. Now the quarterback keeps it. He's going to throw it downfield, and, boy, I tell you what, the Indians caught a break there. If that pass is up a little bit higher, that's 6 on the board, as that one, just that little run-pass option that you see a lot of teams run and beautifully executed that time, but there is a flag down.
Adam. I think it's coming back.
And that'll be a big-time break for the Indians because that was a gain of about 21 on the pass. But it will back them up. This flag being brought to you by the First American National Bank in Northeast Mississippi. They remind you to follow the flag when you're in Fulton. You see the big American flag.
There you go.
There when you first come off the exit ramp. First American National Bank is right there with you. Tommy Chamley and company doing a great job there being a part of tonight's broadcast.
Still second down, Adam. 2nd and 15. They're at their own 43-yard line. 7 minutes left to halftime. We're all tied up 14-14.
So second down and 15. Awaiting the snap out of the shotgun. Play action fake. Plenty of time to throw over the middle. It's got a man downfield. It's just going to be a jump ball. And woo, once again, Jim, I tell you what, the Indians keep catching a break after break. Eventually, Gulf Coast is going to catch one of those. That pass intended that time for Zach Farrer. And the pass just a little too far.
A little bit too far.
Yeah,
but
away
that's the
that time.
4th time. Let's be honest, Adam. They beat us on the long pass. Fortunately, it's the 4th time it's been overthrown.
So the Indians now defensively need to come up with a stop here. Possession down for the Bulldogs. 3rd down and 15. The ball is on the 43-yard line. 6:54 to go here in the second quarter. ICC, Gulf Coast tied at 14. High snap handled, though, by the Bulldogs. Pressure coming over the middle. Now it's going to be forced to run. He's got a lot of room to run, and he's going to have the first down and then some. Cuts back across the middle of the field, looking to pick up some blocks, and he gets a big one. And still rambling, going down across the 20, and is going to be ran out of bounds about the 16-yard line. My, oh my, Mr. Jim. Bulldogs offensive line did a great job of allowing him room to run, and then anytime you see Gibson to get out in the open field, he can really make something happen.
Adam, I don't mean this is rude. We'd rather see him pass the ball than run because he's magic with his feet.
Absolutely. We talked about Torrance Gibson. We said he was at Ohio State before transferring to Gulf Coast, and you see why that kid is a special talent to be able to go to a place like Ohio State. Bulldogs, boy, they're going to enjoy watching that young man play all season. So what was a 3rd down and 15 now turns into a 1st down and 10 situation. Here the ball is going to be at the 18-yard line for the Bulldogs. Gibson awaiting the snap. Gets it. Going to be handoff to Torrey up the middle. He's going to slip past one guy, and he's going to take this one to the house. Defense optional that time for the Indians, as that was a big-time play, 18-yard touchdown run. Was that Torrey or was that Avery? Yes.
No, it was Torrey.
Torrey with his, was that 2nd touchdown run, 18 yards, makes it a 20-14 game.
6:25 left in the half. Extra point pending, as Adam mentioned, 20-14 Gulf Coast.
Torrey with his 2nd touchdown run of the game. 6:25 to play here. We'll keep it here after this PAT is on its way and is up and good. 21-14 now is your score. Back and forth we go in this one. And Mr. Jim, let's take a look at some of your thoughts of the game so far. These thoughts of the game being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. We do want to remind you that ICC BSU meets Monday nights at 7:07. And for ICC students, they do offer lunch on Wednesdays. All they ask is bring $2 and a friend. Bring $2 for that friend, too. I believe it's Burger King coming up next week is what Brother Chris told us on the way down here. But, Mr. Jim, your thoughts so far on the game?
Adam, we're playing very well. We're on the road, first game of the year. A lot of young players playing very competitive, but the penalties and the turnovers have hurt us. Our defense is getting a little tired here in the second quarter. We need to take the ball, go down the field here, and get some points. We're only down by 7, 21-14. Keep your head up. Keep playing hard. We're playing a good football team on their home turf.
It's 14-7 East Mississippi over Jones. That's with 6:57 left there in the second quarter. Trying to scroll through. It's tied up 14-14 Northeast Pearl River. 6:25 to go there in the second quarter as well. And it looks like it's Colin taking care of Mississippi Delta 21-6 with 5:49 to go in the first half of that one. And Holmes, boy, who is Holmes playing? They're playing East Central. They're in control, 28-0. They just now starting the third quarter. So this First American National Bank kickoff is going to be an end-over-end kick and angle towards the sideline. It's going to be taken at about the 6 is where the Indians will have it. Up the middle they go. Breaks off one tackle, slips off another one, and gets out to the 25-yard line. Boy, Jim, if he could have found a way to keep his balance that time, could have been another big return, as I believe that was number 12 for the Indians on the return. Michael Reed, he is a sophomore wide receiver out of Shabazz High School in Newark, New Jersey.
Wow, New Jersey.
I was up there a couple months ago.
I'll tell you what, we can need to recruit some more players because he looked good running the ball there. This is a key series here. We're down 7, 6:17 left in halftime. We don't want to give the ball back to them, let them have the opportunity to score. Let's chew up some clock. Let's score. Let's tie this game up and go in the half tied up.
1st and 10 here for the Indians. 6:17 to play. As Jim mentioned, 21-14. Bulldogs with the lead. Screen pass. Good for about a 3-yard gain. As they knock him back a little bit. The ball's out to about the 31 as it was on the 27. So let's give him a gain of 4 on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 6 situation.
Adam, we got all 3 timeouts. Plenty of time. 6 minutes left in the halftime. 21-14. Gulf Coast up by 7. 5:55 until halftime.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gulf Coast has a video board, a very large video board, and when they put defense up, they have lightning flashes. Might not want to play that one considering the weather that's been in the area. 2nd down, and 6 here for the Indians. 5:40 and counting until halftime. Ellington, quick pass in and out of the hands of Salisbury. Probably a good thing because Salisbury was sized up and was going to take a pretty nasty pop on the play. So it bring up 3rd down. 3rd down and 6 for the Indians.
That time, Salisbury was ready to run before he caught the ball, and he was trying to see what move he's going to do. He unfortunately dropped the ball. We still got a chance here. 3rd down, 3rd and 6, 5:35 left in the halftime, all tied up.
Possession down here for the Indians. A little swapping out as the running back now will be number 4, Dinkins, checking into the game for the Indians. You've got a little thunder and lightning combination with Forsythe being the thunder, Dinkins being the lightning here for the Indians. 3 receivers on the near side of the field, 1 up top across the way. Ellington is still your quarterback in the shotgun. Play clock down to 5 seconds. Gets the snap. Pressure coming off the corner. Ellington avoids it. Now steps into his throw. Goes downfield. Has Terry Williams wide open. It is caught. It's Williams slips off a tackle inside the 5. Down to the 1. Does he get in? No. Stops him inside the 1-yard line. I tell you what, if the Indians if Williams doesn't bump into his own player that time, he gets into the end zone. But what a play. Credited all starting with Dan Ellington.
No doubt about it, Adam. He was running to his left, threw against the body, a long throw, great catch. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. Great play for the Indians.
Central Arkansas fans smiling as their commit comes up with a big-time play there. 5:18 and counting. Indians trying to tie it up. They dive forward. Do they get in? No signal.
Ellington's in. Call a touchdown.
And it's a touchdown.
There we go.
Indians. A chance or kick away from tying this one up. What a quick answer there, Mr. Jim, by the Indians.
No doubt about it, Adam. Went down the field very quickly. 77-yard drive in about 4 plays. Extra point away from tying this ball game up.
That is going to be the 3rd touchdown that Ellington has accounted for. First one rushing on the evening. 2 other passing. And, boy, that was a big-time pass completion on that previous play. Comer in to attempt the PAT to tie this one up at 21. The kick is on its way, and the kick is good. ICC is tied it at 21. 21-21 is your score. 5:12 to play here in the first half of play. We're going to take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and FM 95 Sports.
Best pizza, New York style.
No way. Chicago deep dish.
No. White pie.
Half veggies, half meat. Just cheese.
No. Pepperoni. Extra crunchy.
Chewy. Has to be gluten-free.
Pop it with arugula.
No, basil.
Eggplant.
Dude, really? That's not pizza. Come on.
Pizza. And a Coke.
You got that right. 2 Cokes, please.
My pizza goes best with a Coke.
An ice cold Coke.
Only with a Coke.
Today, you are connected more than ever. Your friends, your family, your life. Having a partner that understands banking is what you do on your time, anywhere you like. It's about being connected, which is easy with convenient locations in your community. Understanding that sometimes you need to speak to real people with real answers. Banking partners with the services you desire, who understand how you want to bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
And welcome back. An exciting football game here. 21-21 ICC and Gulf Coast. 5:12 to play. This First American National Bank kickoff is taken at the 9 by Gulf Coast. Returned across the 30, now up to the 40. Slips off one tackle. He's got one man to beat. Out across the 50. And he's going to be brought down. They're going to whistle him down at the 48. Boy, I tell you what, Jim, this game that kind of got sluggish all of a sudden has turned into just bang, big play after big play.
No doubt about it, Adam. 21 all. Keyshawn Hurd saved the touchdown there. Great return for Gulf Coast, but he stopped them. 1st and 10, Bulldogs. The ball is crossed midfield at the 49-yard line. 5 minutes to halftime, 21-21.
We'll try to find you some more scores throughout the state. Maybe even try to get some national scores your way as this ball game continues. So it'll be 1st down and 10. Ball just across the 50-yard line for the Bulldogs. Great field position here to start the drive. High snap. Collins corrals it. Or Gibson, corrals it. Now he wants to go deep. He's got a man. Will he get it? And no, in and out of the hands. Well, that time it was on the receiver.
That helped us there. He
Yes.
dropped the ball. He hit him right in the hands. We'll take it. Goes as an incompletion. 2nd down, 2nd and 10. Gulf Coast, the ball's at the ICC's 49. 4:54 left in the halftime. 21-21.
Gibson, there's one thing and one thing only he thinks every time he gets the football and he has time to throw, and that's that fly route going down the field. The Indians, boy, they have dodged about 5 or 6 bullets on those. We'll see what second half adjustments the Indians can make on those type plays. 2nd down and 10 now. Clock is stopped. 4:54. Play action fake. Slant. Quickly to the outside, trying to see if they can make a one-on-one play, and the Indians wrap it up quickly. That pass was complete to Farr on the sideline. A gain of maybe 8 on the play. We'll see where they officially mark the football. Yes, it appears to be a gain of 8 for the Bulldogs.
Good job of David Little, stayed in front of the receiver. Big play here, Adam. 3rd down, 3rd and 2.
Bulldogs quickly to the line of scrimmage. And that might be a false start on the Bulldogs, or maybe a free play. And it's intercepted by the Indians.
Any flag down?
There is a flag down, but the play was stopped, so a tough break there for the Indians. It looks like this is going to go against ICC. So maybe, well, if they offside, so he must have made some contact with one of the linemen that time, because the play continues unless some contact was made. None of the offensive front moved for Gulf Coast. Boy, tough break there for the Indians, as that pass was picked off that time by number 11, Devin Hollis, on the jump ball play. So no harm, no foul, but it does move the chains and picks up the 1st down for the Bulldogs. 4:22 to go here. 21-21 is your score, ICC and Gulf Coast. 1st down and 10. Gibson awaiting the snap, gets it. Thinks about throwing, now steps back, zips it across the way, and that one nearly picked off. His receiver was not looking for the ball that time. Could almost call that one offensive pass
interference. No doubt about it,
interference.
because we're going to intercept it, and he knocks it away from our defender.
As that was a quick play on the football that time by David Little, almost coming up with the interception. And this time, there's another flag down. And this one appears to be going against Gulf Coast. Eligible receiver downfield, so that will back up the Bulldogs. So once again, Jim, we say this theme of this ball game is anything you can do, I can do better. And the Indians get a penalty, and now the Bulldogs get a penalty. So it'll be a 1st down and 15 now for the Bulldogs. 4:15 to play to halftime. The Indians trying to find a way to keep the Bulldogs out of the end zone, see if they can't get it back and maybe try to take the lead into the break. Gibson, still your quarterback. 2 receivers on the far side of the field. Give is going to be the lone running back. That's going to be Torrey. Torrey with a lot of room to run. He gets up the field and is going to be knocked down. Big time gain on the play of about 19 for Torrey. I tell you what, the kid is not very tall, and once he gets past that line of scrimmage, you lose him. And he is gone that time, and Torrey picks up the first down of the Bulldogs, trying to hurry. 4 minutes.
Very quick, Adam.
Gibson, pass out to the flat, is complete. 1-on-1 here, and it's going to be chased out of bounds. Ball is going to be out about the 12, maybe 13-yard line, where the clock stopped at 3:54.
That's the transfer from Oklahoma. Zach Fair on the catch. As Adam mentioned, a good pass, good run. 2nd down, 2nd and 2 for Gulf Coast. The ball is at our 14-yard line. Timeout, Indians.
Timeout taken by the Indians. We're going to take it with them. We'll hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more. 21-21, 3:51 to play here until halftime. ICC Gulf Coast tied up.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
From the moment they were young, you cheered them on. You defended them and you encouraged them. Why? Because as a child's parent, you are their greatest influence. You always wanted them to be better, accomplish more, and make a difference. We want that too. At Itawamba Community College, we give them the opportunity to live a life above the bar.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 1st down and 2 to go is what you're
Second
saying.
down and 2.
Yeah, say the scoreboard's saying 1st down and 2. But it is a 2nd down and 2. Give is going to be the long running back in the backfield. This time the Indians eat him up, trying to strip the football. Couldn't get it away from him. Maybe even a loss on the play. Yes, it is. Indians get him in the backfield, a loss of 1. So bring up a 3rd down and 3 situation here for the Bulldogs. 3:35 and counting until halftime. Remind you to stay tuned for the Little Caesars halftime report. We'll talk about our thoughts on the first half, look over some Sonic scoring, and more coming to you during the half.
Big play for the defense, Adam. Need to hold them to a field goal attempt. 3rd down, 3rd and 3. The ball's at our 14-yard line. We're all tied up, 21 apiece. 3:15 left to halftime.
Gibson with a tight end and 2 receivers on the far side of the field. Give is going to be to Torrey. He slips out of one, gets across, and is going to knife his way into the end zone.
Missed some tackles in, Adam.
Yeah.
Missed some tackles.
Missed tackles has been the tail of the tape anytime Torrey hits the football, or gets the football, I should say, as that was a big-time play there. 3:05 to go, and the lead goes right back to the Bulldogs.
27-21, Bulldogs up by 6, pending an extra point. 3:05 left until halftime. Indians do have 2 timeouts, Adam.
So awaiting the kick here, this is number 44 for the Bulldogs. Stepping in to this kick is going to be Hunt. Hunt's kick is up, and the kick is good. Whew, Jim, this has been an exciting first half of play. Let's keep it here and talk about it for a minute. Boy, we only saw 1 touchdown in the first quarter, and so far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touchdowns here in the second.
And I hope we have another one by the good team in the red here.
Yes, most definitely. Well, Jim, your thoughts so far on this contest? Just both teams, the offense are clicking.
Yeah, both teams, the offense has got the rhythm going. Both quarterbacks playing very well. Offense is controlling the line of scrimmage here from basically the second part of the first quarter all the way through the second quarter, and we've only got 3 minutes left until halftime. The offense have taken over for both teams. We're down 28-21. We don't want that to stop. We need to find a way to get some points here before halftime, go in and regroup defensively.
So 3:05 to play until we go into the Little Caesars halftime report. We'll have a recording from last year's ICC All-American Band to come your way here at the half, as well as take a look at some stats and more here in this one. This has been an exciting football game. 28-21, Gulf Coast with the lead over the Indians. 3:05 to play. Gulf Coast ready to tee this one off. Looks like you've got 2 back to receive. Can't really pick up their numbers there for the Indians across the way. Kick is an end-over-end kick, driving deep and into the end zone, and he drops the football. Going to take a knee on this one, as that was number 12 for the Indians, Michael Reed. And Reed wasn't, I guess he kind of, once he saw that he went into the end zone, decided to kind of hold off on that one, so couldn't get the handle on the football. No harm, no foul. Ball will come out to the 25.
All right, Adam, we got plenty of time. 3:05 until halftime. We got 2 timeouts. We're down 28-21. Let's have an 80-yard drive, and let's take about 3 minutes off the clock and go on the halftime tied.
I'll take a 75-yard drive.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The ball's at the 25-yard line. I apologize.
If we do end up at the 20, I'd still take an 80-yard drive.
Let's just get to their end zone. How about that?
Yes. 3:05 to play here. The Indians still with 2 timeouts. Gulf Coast with all 3 left on the board here. ICC breaks the huddle from the sideline. Dan Ellington is still your quarterback. Kendarius Forsythe will be the running back. Receivers will be, looks like, Christian Salisbury, Terry Williams, and number 19 for the Indians. That's going to be Malik Honeycutt. Boy, we haven't called his name in a while, as he has had some big catches. Be a great time to see another one here. So Ellington gets the snap, play action fake, pressure coming. Screen pass out to Terry Williams. He's trying to get to the outside, does so, but it's going to be hit and dropped out of bounds. And that's going to stop the clock. Good thing there that it does stop the clock. And is this going to be enough for a first down, or is it going to be a gain of 9? Looks like it's going to be a gain of
9 yards, I believe, Adam.
Yes, I'm going to say the chain guy across the way, the one that marks where the football is, he's struggling. First game of the year, though.
He's doing fine.
Yeah, he actually had walked down closer to the 40 than he did the 35. We would have taken it. Second down and 1 here for the Indians. 2:45 and counting. Ellington slant route across the middle, intended for Honeycutt, broken up nicely that time by the Bulldogs. Clock stops 2:43. ICC trailing 28-21. Honeycutt checking himself out of the game with a slight limp as he heads to the sideline.
Big package coming in, Adam. I think we're going to run the football here. Need 3rd down, 3rd and 1. 2:43 left in halftime. Gulf Coast 28, Indians 21 here. We got the ball 3rd and 1 at our own 34-yard line.
And the Indians, a little bit of confusion on the offensive side of the ball right now. Play clock is down to 18, and they're going to have to burn a timeout. Confusion all over the place that time with players checking in, checking out. You heard the coaches to our left trying to get them the right personnel on the field. Indians will have to burn a timeout. We're going to take the timeout with them. Hear a word from Food Giant. Your score, 28-21, ICC, trailing the Bulldogs, 2:43 to go until halftime. Back with more right after this.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. Check out this week's specials.
Fresh ground beef, $1.98 per pound. Dole Classic Salad or Coleslaw, 99 cents each. And Best Choice Charcoal Briquettes, $5.98.
At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
The new Extra Most Bestest pizza from Little Caesars is topped with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for the nation's best price. And now for a secret message.
Surrender to the toppings.
Incredible! Extra Most Bestest, the most cheese and most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza.
And welcome back as we move closer to that Little Caesars halftime report. 3rd down and 1, Indians in the big boy package. Give us a Forsythe. He is hit and stacked back. And I tell you what, Gulf Coast had their ears pinned back that time. Indians might have could have gone with a hard count to maybe get them off sides. But boy, oh boy, what a big-time play that time by the Bulldogs. Knocked him back for a loss of 4 on the play. And now it'll be a 4th down and 5 situation. The Bulldogs look like they're going to take a timeout here and see if they can conserve some time and maybe see if they can turn the tide in this game and possibly go up 2 scores.
Adam, they brought the house then, and we were in tight. They timed it right. They rushed about 10 guys. We lost 4 yards. They used a timeout here. We need to get a good punt off, and this will be our 2nd punt of the game, if I'm not mistaken. It's a freshman punter. Need to get a good punt off. 2:29 left in the halftime. 28-21, Gulf Coast up by 7. We need to play good defense here. Need a good punt. Need to play defense going at halftime, only down 7.
Ball is going to be spotted at the 30-yard line. We'll see if we can find some more scores throughout the area, maybe even some throughout the country. And they're still scoreless between Hines and Northwest. Well, they're playing in a monsoon, according to Kevin Maloney. And it's Holmes 35, East Central 7. That's in the 3rd quarter. And so now it's going to be 4th down and 5 here for the Indians. Awaiting the snap on this punt. See if Gulf Coast is going to bring any pressure. They elect not to. And this punt is a spiraling kick high. Going to be taken at the 35-yard line, returnable, and he's going to be hit and taken down just shy of the 40-yard line. Boy, if I tell you what, if that side, wow. A very beautiful spot that time for the Bulldogs, since he did not cross the 40. And they're going to give him the 40-yard line. So a hometown spot there for the Bulldogs is what we'll call it. The Indians with 2:19 need to find a way to either get that football back, get a stop here, and see what they can make happen. Colin leading 21-6 at the halftime at Mississippi Delta. And Southwest, I don't know who they're playing, but they're down 22-7. They're playing the Tigers. So 1st and 10. Fumbled the ball on the exchange, was able to get it back and forward near the 50-yard line. I believe that was number 2 on the carry for the Bulldogs. That's going to be Avery. Ball nearly popped out that time. A hard exchange between the quarterback and the running back, but avoided disaster. Need a turnover. The Bulldogs haven't had one yet.
2nd and 1. Bulldogs got the ball. 2 minutes left in halftime. They're up by 7 and moving.
So looking to run in this situation. And he's going to get up the field and goes out of bounds. So that will be a 1st and 10 situation coming up here. Boy, I tell you what, Gibson, he's getting plenty of time to throw behind that impressive offensive line. And when that finally breaks down, you get all your momentum going towards the quarterback. He's fast enough to get away from you and really makes you pay in the open field.
He outruns our linebackers, and we got some good athletes playing linebacker, but they cannot stay up with his speed at this time.
Indians lucky to get back defensively. They thought the ball was further down the field than it was. Able to hustle back, and now the Bulldogs are going to audible from the line of scrimmage. 1:45, the clock is stopped after Gibson goes out of bounds. 28-21, Bulldogs with the lead, trying to build on that here in the closing parts of the first half. Throw down the sideline, jump ball, and David Little breaks that one up, I believe. That's who that was. Yes, Little. Boy, I tell you what, if he could have turned around about a step quicker, had a chance of intercepting that one. Looks like we see our first issues of cramping on the evening as Zach Farrer, who is basically every time he's on the field just running a sprint route down the sideline, having to come over the sideline and try to stretch out a cramp.
Good play by David Little, Adam, because if he doesn't turn around, it's pass interference because he's bumping the receiver, but he turned around at the right time, made a good defensive play. 2nd down, 2nd and 10, Bulldogs at ICC's 38, 1:38 left in the half. Bulldogs up by 7.
Gibson in the shotgun where he's been all night. Gets the snap back. It's a good one. Pressure coming up the middle. Screen pass set up nicely. One man to beat here, and what a beautiful open field tackle that time by the Indians. Sterling Stone maybe saved a touchdown there. Timeout's going to be taken by the Bulldogs to try to stop the clock and to bring up a 3rd down and 3 situation here for the Bulldogs.
Good job of Stone, the big defensive tackle, the freshman from Alabama, 315 pounds, open field, makes to stop, forces a timeout, as you mentioned, Adam. Minute 29 left in the halftime, 28-21, Bulldogs over our Indians. And we got a 3rd down, 3rd and 3 for the Bulldogs. The ball's at ICC's 31-yard line.
Well, right now, if you're the Bulldogs, you figure they're going to run something that takes them towards the middle of the field, that if they don't get it, they can have something kind of a straightaway long field goal, or it could be 2-down territory in the type of ball game we've seen this afternoon, or this evening, I should say. We take a moment to think about all those that have been affected by the weather out in Houston, Texas, and those that back home as well. Boy, I tell you what, Mr. Jim, we had to pause a minute before we left, and by the time we got down here, things got ugly back home. So all of our thoughts and prayers for everyone back home. Hopefully this weather kind of get out of the area, not only get out of the area, but kind of calm down when it leaves.
No doubt about it, Adam. You know, there's 3, I believe, tornado warnings in the Tupelo-Fulton area today alone.
So 3rd down and 3, Bulldogs with the football. Going to run the option. Gibson keeps it up the middle, tries to get to the outside, still juking, diving, dives forward, and just gets the 1st down by a yard. That'll stop the clock with 1:22. Boy, I tell you what, the Indians had a chance, but, man, Gibson is just too good.
Very quick feet, a lot of speed. Changed directions on a dime. 1st and 10, Bulldogs, balls at ICC's 27-yard line.
1 minute and 15 seconds to play until halftime. Snap back, play action fake. Quarterback sidesteps the pressure on the outside, now delivers downfield, and it is not caught in and out of the hands of the receivers on the sideline. And that will stop the clock with 1:05 to play here. Boy, I tell you what, the Indians had pressure that time coming off the corner from number 23, Q Lott.
Yeah, I was going to mention, Q Lott just missed him. He had him dead in his tracks. Great quarterback move. He missed him. Forced the incompletion, though. 2nd down, 2nd and 10. 1:05 left in the halftime.
So 28-21 is your score. Gulf Coast with the lead, trying to build on that one-score advantage. It has been a crazy second quarter here between the Indians and the Bulldogs. ICC trying to get to the half, no worse than a 7-point deficit. Bulldogs pass coming down the sidelines, got a man, and if he doesn't try to make SportsCenter's top 10 plays, goes up with the football with 2 hands instead of 1. That would have been a touchdown for the Bulldogs.
Good job again. David Little broke up the pass in the end zone. We got a minute left in the halftime. 3rd down, 3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs. The ball's at ICC's 27-yard line. Let's stop them here. That would force a 44-yard field goal, Adam.
That pass intended for Smith down the sideline. 3rd down and 10, as Jim mentioned, inside a minute to play now. Indians flirting with disaster here, trying to get out of this situation with no damage done. Gibson gets the snap back. Pressure from Lott coming off the sideline. Dumps it forward. Check route. One man gets to the outside, cuts it up the middle, and he's going to have that 1st down. Boy, man, the Indians are just a step away from getting to Gibson. Gibson looks up, finds his check down, that time to number 2 for the Bulldogs. That was Avery. Avery just scrambles and finds just enough to get across for that 1st down.
1st and 10. The ball is at ICC's 15-yard line. Clock is running. 40 seconds left till halftime.
Time needs to roll here for the Indians. Gibson gets the snap back. Play action fake. Looking to the side. Slant route. Too tall. And a break there for the Indians. That one zipped across the way. Intended for number 17, D. White. In and out of his hands. And a break there for the good guy.
I'm going to say that's on Gibson. He threw a fastball, and he was wide open across the middle, and we'll take it in incompletion.
So 34 seconds to play here. 28-21 is your score. Bulldogs knocking on the door. Indians trying to keep it closed here. 28-21, Gulf Coast with the lead. Gibson gets the play call from the sideline. Sends a man swapping sides now. India showing pressure coming up the middle. Bulldogs are going to check. 14 seconds on the play clock. Plenty of time to send it from the side. 2 receivers on the far side of the field. They now drag in the tight end. 1 receiver, one-on-one here on the near side. Pressure coming up the middle. The Indians get to him, but Gibson gets away again. Gibson now coasts into the end zone. Man, you got to call Torrance Gibson Houdini, as somehow that time slipped off 2 tackles in the backfield and takes that one in for a 15-yard touchdown run.
Give the man credit. Broke a tackle. 6'5", 225, very imposing, but has quick feet. Scored here with 24 seconds before halftime. They're up 34-21, pending the extra point. Big touchdown. Give them credit for the Bulldogs here right before the half.
And the Bulldogs get the ball to start the second half of play as well. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 24 seconds to play. We're going to keep it here. Jim, the Indians did everything they could. Man, Gibson is a special talent that is going to give a lot of teams fits this season.
No doubt about it. He's a good player, Adam, and he is making big plays here with his feet. As we mentioned, he's missed 5 open players, for deep throws. Has not let it bother him. Can run the ball really well, very quick with his feet. Kind of reminds you of a Michael Vick type. Yeah. He's left-handed, quick feet, makes plays.
Absolutely, man. This has been a wild and long second quarter of play here. 24 seconds left, 35-21. Jim would love to see a big return here for the Indians and maybe a chance for ICC to take a shot going into the half.
No doubt about it, Adam. We mentioned it was like 7-0 in the first quarter. Now we've got a total of 56 points scored in the first half.
So this will be Mason Hunt to tee things off here for this First American National Bank kickoff for the Bulldogs. Indians sending back Terry Williams and Christian Salisbury to return these two to return this kick. Bulldogs hit one into the end zone the last time. So the Indians trying to see if they can get a return and set something up here. And they're going to pop this one up. Fair catch is going to be signaled for and taken at the 26-27-yard line, as that was number 34, Dalen Fox, the linebacker, taking the kick there. Smart play by the Bulldogs, because the Indians have had some success returning kicks this afternoon or this evening.
I would like to see us lateral it back and have one of those speed guys try there, Adam, because it's only 24 seconds left. We got the ball on our own 27-yard line. Do you take a chance, try to go down the field, or do you just go into halftime and regroup?
Jim, if we were playing NCAA football back in the day, every play I go with is going downfield. But that's probably why I am talking about football instead of coaching it.
Let's see what we do here.
So Ellington in the shotgun. 3 receivers on the far side of the field. It's going to be a give to Forsythe. Forsythe's going to lower his head, fight forward, picks up 10 yards. And the Indians get the first down. Do they take the timeout? I think they do.
Yeah, now you do something. You got better field position. You got the ball almost at the 40-yard line. You got a timeout left. You got 16 seconds.
Looks like the Indians, though, are going to maybe let this one run out.
The clock is running, and we're going to halftime.
And so that will be the end of the first half of play. ICC watched the clock run down after that 11-yard gain by Forsyth, and we're at the half. 35-21 is your score. We're going to take a quick timeout, come back and recap some scoring and talk about the first half of action, and then take you to more of the Little Caesars halftime show. Back with more right after this. ICC trails at 35-21 here at the break.
When I grow up, I'm going to redefine pizza. One that will change the history of pizza forever. A pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni. This is my dream, and I can do it. Because my mom and dad said I can accomplish anything. And I will do great things in life.
Sorry, kid, it's been done.
But my dream...
Introducing Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizza. A large pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza.
The new Extra Most Bestest Pizza from Little Caesars is topped with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for the nation's best price. And now for a secret message.
Surrender to the toppings.
Incredible! Extra Most Bestest. The most cheese and most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're at the half. ICC trailing Gulf Coast 35-21 after a wild second quarter of play. And Mr. Jim, let's go ahead and step inside this Little Caesars halftime show and talk about your thoughts on the first half. These being brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation, located right across the street from the Davis Event Center there. Reverend John Foster and company doing a great job at the ICC Wesley Foundation. Mr. Jim, your thoughts on the second half?
Adam, we got to come out and play better in the second half. We got to have a spy. Torrent Gibson is really hurting us, their quarterback, with his feet. He's getting away from our pass rush, getting the first downs, running the football, and that's why they exploded, I think, for 28 points here in the second quarter. They're up 35-21. We're playing good offensively, playing in spurts defensively, but we got to find a way to stop that quarterback from hurting us, and he's hurting us mainly running the football.
Yeah, the deep ball hasn't been there, but it has shown some promise for the Bulldogs. Let's take a look at your first half scoring. This first half scoring being brought to you by Sonic. We do want to remind any ICC students that may be watching right now, Sonic is hiring part-time positions there in Fulton. Stop by, pick up an application. Tell Melissa you heard it here on the broadcast this evening between ICC and Gulf Coast. For the Indians, they started things off in the first quarter with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on a 21-yard touchdown pass from Dan Ellington to Malik Honeycomber out of the PAT 7-0 ICC. At the 13-minute mark, DeAndre Torrey scored on a 4-yard run after a fumble by the Indians. And that set up an extra point to make it 7-7. Gibson answered with a 19-yard run to give the Bulldogs their first lead of the evening, 14-7 after the successful PAT. Dan Ellington found Williams on a 13-yard touchdown pass, 7:45 to go in the second quarter. Comer's kick tied it up at 14-14. Well, here comes the Bulldogs. Nearly a minute later, 6:25, 18-yard run by Torrey. Kick is good, 21-14, Gulf Coast. Well, here comes the Indians. Nearly a minute later, 1-yard run by Dan Ellington. Comer's kick, 21-21 is your score. And then the Bulldogs were able to rally with back-to-back scores, a 14-yard run by Torrey, a 15-yard run by Gibson, and that's where we stand here in the first half, 35-21, Bulldogs with the lead.
Adam, the last touchdown was with 24 seconds left in the halftime. It really hurt us. We got to regroup. We're down by 14 on the road, playing pretty good football. Got to find a way to stop that quarterback because they've exploded here. They got 35 points on us, but we look good offensively. We got 21 points. We're in this ball game. Regroup at halftime, play better in the second half defensively.
Absolutely. We're going to take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and then take a look back at a performance from last year's ICC All-American Band as ICC trails at 35-21 here at the half to Gulf Coast. Back with more right after this.
Man, if they sold these pretzel dogs at the stadium.
Oh, everybody would love it.
Getting a hot dog on a premium pretzel bun with melted cheese sauce and crispy bacon here.
Oh, no thanks. I already got one.
The summer's biggest hit is the premium pretzel dog. This is how you Sonic.
No one loves the new Dunked Ultimate Chicken Sandwich more than two-time dunk champion Zach LaVine.
That's right.
Except maybe two-time dunk champion Zach LaVine from the future.
I have 2 sandwiches.
and dunks like Sonic.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. Check out this week's specials.
Fresh ground beef, $1.98 per pound. Dole Classic Salad or Coleslaw, 99 cents each. And Best Choice Charcoal Briquettes, $5.98.
At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
When I grow up, I'm gonna redefine pizza. One that will change the history of pizza forever. A pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni. This is my dream, and I can do it. Because my mom and dad said I can accomplish anything. And I will do great things in life.
Sorry, kid, it's been done.
But my dream...
Introducing Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizza. A large pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza.
The ICC All-American Marching Band is proud to present for your halftime entertainment, Summer Party. The band will begin tonight's party with Alice Cooper's 1972 hit, School's Out. Continues this evening with our Indianette feature, Katy Perry's California Girls. We party on with Pink's hit tune, Get the Party Started, featuring our percussion section. We close our party out tonight with Gershwin's Summertime and Don Henley's hit, The Boys of Summer. Your ICC All-American Marching Band. Drum majors are Yin Wen of Amory, Ariel Berger of South Pontotoc, Catherine Adams of Saltillo, and Lane Callahan of Houston. Feature twirlers are Crystal Woods of Lamar County, Alabama, and Montana Gray of Red Bay, Alabama. Indianette captains are Nay Buchanan of Hamilton, Alabama, Kara May of Bruce, and Samantha Turba of Tupelo. Color guard captains are Cameron Hutchinson of Tishomingo County, Hannah Cook of Amory, and Tucker Robbins of Amory. Percussion captains are Patrick Knight of Tupelo, John Ray of Oxford. The band is under the direction of Ryan Todd, Eric Simmons, Christy Colburn, and Dr. Brian Cheeseman. We hope you enjoy the evening.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. Check out this week's specials.
Fresh ground beef, $1.98 per pound. Dole Classic Salad or Coleslaw, 99 cents each. And Best Choice Charcoal Briquettes, $5.98.
At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
I got a great deal on pizza.
You went to Little Caesars and got an extra most bestest with the most cheese and pepperoni for just $6.
I got a terrible deal on pizza.
Give me that.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni at the nation's best price. Little Caesars $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza.
And welcome back to action here at halftime. Your score 35-21. Gulf Coast with the lead. The Indians retaking the field, and it has been it's been a wild first half, Mr. Jim.
No doubt about it, Adam. It exploded late in the first quarter, continuing on second quarter. We're playing good football. We've got to stop their quarterback we mentioned and still take control offensively. We're down only 14, 35-21. We've proven we can move the football. Got to crank it up here, play a little better defense, and catch them on offense.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at some scoreboard updates throughout the league, and we have an interesting one going here. Power is out. Northwest and Hines suspended in the third quarter. They're scoreless in that one. Another one nationally ranked Northeast in Pearl River. They're tied 21-21. That's with 9 minutes ago in the fourth quarter. Holmes taking care of East Central 42-14. That's in the third quarter, and it's halftime. What about this? East Mississippi Jones halftime 14-14 tied up there. No Netflix special on that one. As we're score here at halftime 35-21. With 3 minutes to go until we start the second half. Jim, let's talk about some of your thoughts for the second half coming up. Some adjustments, if you will, being brought to you by the Bank of Oklahoma. John Harrod and company doing a great job for us, as always, out there at the Bank of Oklahoma. Jim, your thoughts on the second half and maybe some adjustments the Indians might need to try.
I think the adjustments is we got to get off the field on third down, Adam. First and second down we played good football, but on third down we might rush the quarterback, might send some pressure, blitzing, but we let him get outside our containment, and he's picking up the first down to run the football. Control the quarterback. To be honest, we'd like to see him throw the football instead of run it because he's been missing when he throws the ball. Make him throw the passes instead of breaking our containment. We got to stop their quarterback. He's the one that's really hurting us right now, and that's why they got a 14-point lead. Offensively, Dan Ellington's playing a good ball game. Keep it going. Get some yardage on the ground. We can score some points, but we cannot win this game unless we stop their quarterback.
About 2:33 left in the second quarter. Indiana leading Ohio State 14-13. Indiana with the football on the Ohio State 38, and it's Oklahoma State leading Tulsa 38-17. That's just now starting the second quarter of play. That's some of the action throughout the nation. See if we can find some other scores.
I think Arkansas was headed 21-0 on who are they playing? It's a smaller school, if I'm not mistaken.
I've got some scores here, and just bear with me, folks. Some of these are going to be crazy. Central Michigan just scored a 2-point conversion. They lead Rhode Island 21-7. Then you've got Cincinnati over Austin Peay 20-14. Tennessee State leading Georgia State 17-9. Toledo over Elion. They lead 40-13. Let's try to find some scores people actually know about. Halftime, Arkansas leading Florida A&M by the score of 21-0. On that one, you've got, as we talked about, Indiana leading Ohio State. Ohio State now with the football with 2 minutes to go until halftime, 14-13. Memphis over Louisiana Monroe. That's at 7-0. Memphis. 7:54 to go in the first quarter there. And Sacramento State in Idaho, they're tied at 0, 14-31. That's what you get when you get Gore. Gore is not. I like the SEC. I keep up with the SEC because I'm in SEC Notre Dame guy. You get some oddball scores when you listen to the score updates.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, tomorrow, September 1st, college football is here.
Yes.
Tonight they played some early games. You roughly mentioned about 20 games tonight. It will really crank up Saturday, Sunday, and Monday in the college football. So it's time to play college football. I like you going over those odd scores. It's a fun time of the year if you're a football fan.
Absolutely. Let's take another quick timeout and come back with more here on your Little Caesars Halftime Report as we're just moments away from that First American National Bank second half kickoff here on FM 95 Sports and Let's Go ICCTV.com.
When I grow up, I'm gonna redefine pizza. One that will change the history of pizza forever. A pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni. This is my dream, and I can do it. Because my mom and dad said I can accomplish anything. And I will do great things in life.
Sorry, kid, it's been done.
But my dream...
Introducing Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizza. A large pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza.
And welcome back as we wrap up the Little Caesars Halftime Report. Well, Mr. Jim, that might have been everybody's favorite part of the broadcast because I missed my button to turn on my microphone, so you were talking to me when nobody could hear me.
Oh, when we were talking about college football?
Yes.
I thought we had a good little rapport there. You want to do it again?
Well, we can as the kickoff goes, and it's going to be angled to the sideline out to about the 6-yard line is where Gulf Coast will take it. Now cuts it across the field, trying to get up the middle, down to about the 25, now cutting back to the 20. Boy, he's running a long way for a little bit of yardage, but a good return out near the 25-yard line. But there is a flag down.
I believe it's going to be illegal block against Mississippi Gulf Coast.
That's kind of what happens when you get at somebody trying to make something happen. Guys get a little over anxious that time, and the flag on the play. And I believe, as you said, Jim, this flag is down at about the 19-yard line is where they're going to mark it.
And they're going to back it up, Adam. I'd say all the way back to about the 9. Maybe it's half the distance. I'm not sure. Going to put it at the 12-yard line. Adam, knowing our coaching staff, I'm sure Sean Cannon and them had a little talk with the defense about the quarterback breaking containment. Let's see if we got a little pep in our step here. We're down 35-21, just starting the third quarter here on the coast. Gulf Coast 35, Itawamba 21.
First down and 10 is the situation here for Gulf Coast, and it's going to be a give to the long running back. He bounces it to the outside, out to the 15-yard line. Now gets out to the 20 before he runs out of bounds. Once again, man, that running back, they've got a dynamic duo in the backfield, does Gulf Coast.
No doubt about it, and Torrey's been special tonight. I know he's got over 100 yards. Changed the direction there, picked up a quick 8 yards. 2nd and 2, Gulf Coast, 14:35 left in the third quarter.
Got a lot of people checking in on Twitter saying that was my favorite part of the night when we couldn't hear you, Gore. So 2nd down and 2. Give is going to be to the long running back in the backfield. This time the Indians stack it up nicely. Another flag is down, and looks like they actually knocked him back for maybe a loss of 2 on the play, but we'll see what the penalty is here. This flag on the field, we remind you, follow the flag to find First American National Bank there in Fulton. Once you take that exit, you see the big American flag proudly flying in the sky in Fulton. That's where you can find First American National Bank.
No flag. They picked it up.
So they're going to wave it off. So see where they mark the football. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 20. So basically no gain on the play.
Moved it back to the 18. So
now they're moving it back.
3rd and 5. Big play for our defense.
I'm not trusting that guy on the sidelines anymore with the down marker. So they're going to call it 3rd down, and a long 4, short 5 to go here. Indians need to find a way to get a stop. Gibson making some checks at the line of scrimmage, waiting the snap. A little high, but was able to corral it. Pressure coming off the edge.
Stay in containment.
And now Gibson's going to get out, and boy, he's got a lot of room to run. Out across the 40, 45 to the 50, and out of bounds just across the 50-yard line. Jim, that's what you said. The Indians try to bring pressure. Gulf Coast forces us to the outside. And when that secondary or the linebackers come up, Gibson recognizes it, shows off a very high IQ in football, and makes us pay again.
He's a special player, Adam, but do not blitz. Just contain the quarterback. He is beating us with his feet.
So another long pickup there brings up a 1st down and 10 situation. Clock continues to roll here in the third quarter. 1st down and 10. They actually say he stepped out at the 50. Pressure up the middle. Gibson again avoids it. Now he's going to tuck and run, and he's going to get out of bounds just at about the 44-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play brings up a 2nd down. Let's call it a 2nd down and 6 situation.
Big series here, Adam. We're down 14 points, 35-21, 13-25 left in the third quarter. We need a big stop here. 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs at our 46-yard line.
And so 2nd down and 6 to go, as Jim mentioned. Snap back's a good one. Give is going to be to the lone running back. A lot of room to run. Slips his way through one. Slips off another tackle. Breaks to the outside. Nothing but a foot race here. And this is going to be a touchdown for the Bulldogs. And man, oh man, the Bulldogs have found something working. A 46-yard touchdown run behind that big offensive line there. I believe that was Torrey with the run.
No doubt about it. Torrey, good-looking running back, Adam. I'm going to guess that Torrey and Gibson, the quarterback, both have over 100 yards in this ball game.
Well, that was a 46-yard touchdown run for Torrey there. He also has a 4-yard, 18, and 14-yard touchdown run. He is having himself a game. So waiting the PAT as the Bulldogs are starting to open this one up. Low snap, handled nicely. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 42-21 Indians. Trailing in this one. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and FM 95 Sports.
From the moment they were young, you cheered them on. You defended them and you encouraged them. Why? Because as a child's parent, you are their greatest influence. You always wanted them to be better, accomplish more, and make a difference. We want that too. At Itawamba Community College, we give them the opportunity to live a life above the bar.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. 12:59 to go here in the third quarter. I almost said second quarter, but it is the third quarter as Gulf Coast set to kick this one off.
Adam, we need to pick it up offensively. You know, they scored on their first series. Let's come back and score on our first series. You mentioned 13 minutes left in the third quarter. Got a long time left in this ball game. We're down 42-21.
Deep kick about a yard deep in the end zone, and they'll take a knee. And so the Indians will have this one on the 25-yard line. Okay, I figured out what's going on here. My first and goal, my distance goal is now the 10, and distance 10 is, okay. We've got a new scoreboard here, and I'm trying to figure it out as we go. A couple of buttons backwards, and we want to thank Dave with Wi-Fi Sports, Dave Edwards. He's all the way out in L.A. trying to fix a few things for us, so gotta love technology.
I like that.
I hope Dave's not a USC fan. Now that I mentioned I'm a Notre Dame guy earlier, he might be switching a few things around on me behind the scenes. First down and 10 here for the Indians. Dickens in motion. Ellington's going to keep on a direct snap, and he's going to try to fight his way forward. Looks like a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a second down and 7.
Nice start for the Indians. 2nd and 7. Ball's at our own 28-yard line. 12:45 left in the third quarter. Gulf Coast 42, ICC 21.
And so the snap back and the quick route to the outside, and that's going to be, I believe, Salisbury, who is going to make the catch. Yes, it is. He is going to bring up a third down and a 2 situation. So a gain of about 5 on the play.
Good job, Dan, getting the ball to Salisbury. Good gain. 3rd down, 3rd and 2. Possession down here, Adam. We need to keep the drive going. Keep our defense off the field because they're a little bit tired, I'm afraid. 42-21, Gulf Coast up. 12 minutes left in the third quarter.
So the Indians are winning the ball. Ellington's going to keep this time, and he's going to get the first down and then some. And he's going to go out of bounds and stop the play with 11:52 to go here. Trying to get the clock. Every time I reset the clock and I hit it to run, it's going back to where it originally was.
Nice job by Dan Ellington. 1st and 10 Indians, the ball at our own 36-yard line.
So, Jim, if you will, continue that.
Yes, sir. Ellington's got the ball, throws over the middle. Pass is broken up here at the last minute, incomplete. 2nd down, 2nd and 10 for the Indians. The ball's at our own 36-yard line. 11:35 left in the third quarter. Mississippi Gulf Coast Bulldogs 42, ICC Indians 21. Ellington looking to the sideline, getting the play. Brings the team up to the line of scrimmage. As we mentioned, second down, 2nd and 10. The ball at our own 36-yard line.
Ellington awaiting the snap. Snap back is clean. Ellington gets it now, tries to fight forward, and is going to scramble forward for a minimum gain of about 2 on the play. So it's going to bring up a third down and 8.
Possession down again, third down, 3rd and 8, short 7. The ball is at the 38-yard line. Possession down, Adam. We need to keep going here. 11-10 left in the third quarter. A long time left in this ball game, but we need to start scoring here, and we got to play some better defense.
And so the snap back, and that's not what we needed there. Ellington's just going to try to throw this one away downfield, and almost caught that time by the Indians. Ellington just trying to get something going and couldn't do so.
I'm going to tell you, that was a great play by Dan Ellington. Bad snap. He had 4 people on his back, almost threw it complete. Unfortunately, it was incomplete. 4th down, we're going to have to punt the ball, give the ball back to Mississippi Gulf Coast.
So that not what the Indians needed there on that drive. So now Gulf Coast with a chance to get things going. How about this? 28-14. Jones County leading East Mississippi. 11:39 to go in the third quarter. Scored on a flea flicker. This punt, a nice one, is going to hit at the 15, roll towards the 20, and it's going to dance on the 20-yard line where it'll be down by the Indians with 10:41 to go here in the third quarter of play. ICC trailing Gulf Coast 42-21. And Jim, right now the story of the day has been the play of Gibson, mainly his feet. As you said, he's taken some deep shots, hasn't been able to get them, but then when Gibson's not hurting us, it's DeAndre Torrey. So
no doubt about it.
Gulf Coast has got a great 1-2 punch.
And as we mentioned, we're guessing they have over 100 yards each on the ground, and we've got to play some defense right here, Adam. We're down 21 points, 10:40 left in the third quarter. We got them backed up to their 20. Let's see if we can stop them.
So Gibson in the shotgun's got a running back to his side, 2 receivers near side of the field, 1 up top and a tight end. Play action fake. Pass out to the flat, skipped it to him, did not catch it. Here is a in-game update. It's going to be Pearl River facing 4th and 3 at the 36-yard line. And they're still tied 21-21 with Northeast with 1:39 to play in that one. Holmes picks up the win, 49-14 over East Central.
Second down, 2nd and 10 for Gulf Coast. The ball's at their own 20-yard line. Gibson changing the play at the huddle. We mentioned Gulf Coast 42, ICC 21, 10:35 left in the third quarter.
And we'll give you an update on that Northeast Pearl River game as there's pressure coming up the middle. Avoided nicely that time. Quickly up the field. Oh, what a big-time hit. Pass is incomplete that time. I think if you look up for the football instead of trying to look for the hit that time, may have a shot at the interception. It's a touchdown run of 18 yards for Pearl River. They take a 27-21 lead with 33 seconds left in the ball game over number 9 Northeast. So some exciting football games going on throughout the state as we talked about it. It was a delay for Northwest and Hines in the third quarter. They're still scoreless, no power out there in that ball game.
3rd and 10, Gulf Coast, ball's at their own 20-yard line.
Looking to pass. Instead this time with the run, and it's going to be a minimum gain on the play. Good job by the Indians defense, hemming up number 2 for the Bulldogs that time, and that's going to be Avery, so it's going to bring up a 4th down and 8.
Get off the field. Good job by the defense. We had to have that, Adam. We're down by 3 scores, 10 minutes left in the third quarter. That gives your defense not only some confidence, gets our offense back on the field. Maybe we can do something to cut the score down to a 2-touchdown game.
Well, Sean Cannon has been known to block a punt or two and throughout his coaching career here at ICC. Boy, it looks like the Indians are going to let to back and just try to go for the return. High kick into the night here at Perkinson. It's going to hit at the 50, and it's going to take a roll. Wow, why did you catch that? A break there for the Indians as that young man from Gulf Coast comes up and catches it at the 48. Looks like it was going to take a Gulf Coast roll after that last bounce, so the Indians get pretty good field position. Credit to defense coming up with the stop.
No doubt. Good field position, Adam. We've got the ball on their own 48-yard line. 9:42 left in the third quarter. Gulf Coast 42, ICC 21. Big possession for our offensive football team here.
To make things interesting in that Pearl River and Northeast game, Pearl River misses the PAT. So it's a 27-21 game with 33 seconds left. The door still open for the Tigers late in that one. Thanks to Dave Edwards actually giving me the update on that one. So the Indians with it, first down and 10. Ellington looking to throw. Checks down, and the pass is up and incomplete. In and out of the hands that time of the intended receiver on the far side of the field. That's Jamel Thomas, who couldn't come up with that one.
Good defense for Gulf Coast. The defensive back knocked it away at the last minute. Second down, 2nd and 10. Indians, the ball's at their own 48-yard line. 9:30 left in the third quarter. 42-21, Gulf Coast up on the Indians.
So second down and 10. 9:35, as Jim mentioned, to go here in the third quarter. And it's going to be Ellington on the keeper. Gets it out to Salisbury. Salisbury trying to get to the outside now. Cuts back up the middle. Picks up a block out to the 40. That's where he's going to be knocked down. He was hit and spun around. Nice job there by Christian Salisbury. He was hampered by an ankle injury last year. I tell you what, Christian coming out with an impressive start to this contest here. Call him Slash just because the kid can do anything.
Oh, he can. He's got a little hiccup in his step. He can really make some cuts. You know, here and Terry will be a good 1-2 punch at wide receiver. Big play, Adam. First down. We got the ball at their 41-yard line. Clock running. 9 minutes left in the third quarter. We need to score here. We're down 42-21.
So the Indians looking to the sideline, trying to get the play call. Does so. 10 seconds on the play clock. Ellington's going to have to hurry here. Now 5 seconds. Gets the snap. Play action fake. Quick pass out to the flats, and it's complete, as that's going to be number 19, Malik Honeycutt, with the reception on the sideline, and it's going to be a significant pickup there on first down. Looks like that's going to bring up a second down and 8 situation. Or excuse me, second down and 2 situation after the gain of 8.
Right, Adam, and a good throw, good pass, good run after the catch. Second down, 2nd and 2. Clock running, 8.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Indians are down by 21 points.
Indians marching down the field here, trying to chip away at this 42-21 advantage here in the third quarter. Ellington gets the snap. Play action fake. Rolling. Looking back. Nothing there. Now he's going to have to create. Tosses it down the field. Throws it out of bounds to preserve the distance. Looks like that time the Indians were looking to maybe cut it back for a screen pass. And the Bulldogs read that one nicely.
Third down, 3rd and 2. Again, the ball is at Gulf Coast 33-yard line. It's 4-down territory, Adam. We got the ball inside their 35-yard line. We're down by 21 points. 8:12 left in the third quarter. I look for us to go for it if we don't make it on this third down.
Yes, the final. Pearl River upsets number 9, Northeast, 27-21. So a big-time play there for Pearl River to come out and pick up a big win. The Indians will see Pearl River later on in the season. East Mississippi scores. They now make it 28-21 Jones County. Give is going to be to the lone running back in the backfield for the Indians. Stacked up, and I don't know if it was enough. Not going to get a good spot here out of the lines judge. It looks like they needed to get out to about the 31. They're going to mark him at about just across the 32-yard line. So it'll be a decision-making time here for the Indians after a pickup of 1 on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 1 situation. The Indians not hesitating, looking like they're ready to go for it here.
Got to go for it, Adam.
4th and 1, 7:43. Ellington's going to get the snap. Did he get the surge forward? I don't think he got enough to get it. Did second effort get him? Oh, this is going to be a horrible spot unless they're going to go by the judge on the far side of the field. The line judge coming from the Gulf Coast side puts the ball right back where they got it from. No way that is where the ball was marked. There was a surge by Ellington to go forward. They're going to call time on the field here to measure this one. That is a horrible, and let me say it again, horrible spot going against the Indians. That ball was basically put right back where the ball was snapped from. You saw it there on Let'sGoICCTV.com. Ellington got a surge. It was going to be close, but where the ball is spotted, I think they're going to be short on this one. Yeah. That's on the spot of the line judge, though. That was horrible.
First down, Pearl River.
So the Indians just could not convert on first down there thanks to the official spot of the football. Dan Ellington got a surge, moved forward. Looked like he got close to the 31, and the nose of the football is on the 32. Well, officials' first game of the year, and we're at Gulf Coast. 7:36 to go here. 42-21 is your score. Gulf Coast with the break. Now the Indians defense needs to come back out and see if they can find another spot.
Got to step up right here, Adam.
So Gibson out of the shotgun. 3 receivers on the far side of the field. 1 here on the near side and a running back in the backfield. I believe that is going to be Torrey. As there's pressure up the middle, Gibson is hit and for the first time this evening is dropped. A big-time play there by the Indians. As I believe that is number maybe 89. Nope, that's Caleb Colburn.
Be 99 maybe.
Jaquez Nelson maybe. Or 99, as you said, Sterling Stone coming in and making the stop. Either way it goes, a loss on the play of 6 to make it a 2nd down and 16 situation here for the Bulldogs. High snap. Give is going to be to the long running back. And he is hit and spun and knocked down at about the 30-yard line. Pickup of 4 on the play should bring up a 3rd down and 12 situation here.
Big down here, Adam. We got to stop him again. Actually sacked the quarterback with just a 4-man rush. 3rd down, 3rd and 12 for Gulf Coast. They got the ball. They're winning 42-21, 6:40 left in the 3rd quarter.
So the ball is at the 30. They got to get out just shy of the 42 for the 1st down. India's defense, can they come up with another stop? Gulf Coast going to change the play from the line of scrimmage. Third down and long. Snap back. Pressure coming. Pass down the side. Got a man, and he's...
No, he dropped it. Or it's intercepted.
Did it intercept it? I think the Indians had the interception.
They're saying incomplete.
Oh. So a break there either way. As well, now, guys, this is when I wish we knew how to run the replay of that play, because it sure enough looked like an interception.
We'll learn it next week, Adam.
Let me see if this might work. Nope.
That's okay. We stopped them. 4th down, forced to punt. 6 minutes, 6 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Terry Williams back deep for the Indians around his 40-yard line.
So ICC trying to get the ball back here. This punt, a high spiraling kick. It's a beauty. It's going to hit and take a Gulf Coast roll down past the 25 towards the 20. I think Terry Williams couldn't find the football because he was too worried. He thought it was going to come up short and had a guy running towards him, so he's trying to get him out of the way. Took a Gulf Coast roll down to about the 22-yard line. Is where the Indians will have it 1st and 10.
You know, Adam, we said the defense of ICC really struggled first half getting off the field. First 2 series this 3rd quarter, we have stopped them. It's time for our offense to make some good plays. Defense has adjusted and made some good plays.
So the Indians will come out here, 1st down and 10. Ball is on the 22-yard line. Forsythe going in motion. Ellington looking to pass. Throws downfield. He's got a man wide open. And it's caught. Big time play there, as that is Jamel Thomas who goes down and makes the play and somehow got behind that Gulf Coast secondary. And Dan Ellington, money on the play there, coming up with a big time reception.
Great play by Ellington. Good catch, good pass.
The deep ball has been there this evening for the Indians. Ellington quickly to the line of scrimmage. And as Gulf Coast, yes, takes a timeout just before the snap. Timeout taken by the Bulldogs. We're going to take the timeout with them. Your score, 42-21 in favor of the Bulldogs. Back with more right after this.
With Farm Bureau, you're getting local agents, great auto rates, and fast, friendly claims.
Great. Glad I went with Farm Bureau.
No, it's Farm Bureau.
Farv.
Say it with me. Farm.
Farv.
Ma. You know what? Doesn't matter. Either way, you're all set.
See? That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
For coverage you can't beat. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
The new extra most bestest pizza from Little Caesars is topped with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for the nation's best price. And now for a secret message.
Surrender to the toppings.
Incredible! Extra most bestest, the most cheese and most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza.
And welcome back, as Little Caesars, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. The Indians will come out with a first down and 10 situation here. Ellington, quick pass out to Terry Williams, who makes the catch. It's going to be hit and stacked up, and the official letting him keep going and finally blow the play dead as he's able to get the ball out near the 15-yard line. Let's call it the 16, probably where the officials will spot it. It'll end up being the 17 with 5:10 to go here in the third quarter. ICC knocking on the door, trying to find a way to get in the end zone and cut this 42-21 deficit down a little bit. Give us going to be to Forsythe. Forsythe waits for the hole to open, fights forward and gets down to about the 15, where to be a first down. This first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. For all your insurance needs, give Joey a call or stop by and see him there in South Adams Street.
First and 10, Adam. We got the ball at the 15-yard line. First and 10 for the Indians, down 42-21, 4:45 left in the third quarter.
So the ball is, as Jim said, at the 15, first and 10. Ellington with it, being pressured, spins out of trouble. Now in a lot of trouble. Going to have to make something happen here. Just throws it up. This is trouble. And luckily, maybe the wind caught that one, as that was number 8 for Gulf Coast, camping underneath that when the ball took a funny turn away from him. That's going to be one of those where Coach Cannon's going to use that as a coaching opportunity, saying, look, you're on the other side of the field, momentum carrying you that way. Throw it that way when you're out of the box.
If you like dove hunting, that would have been the one you would have shot at in about 2 days from now.
Absolutely. Nice reference there, Mr. Jim.
Thank you, sir.
4:28 to go here in the third quarter. ICC with the football. Now second down and 10 to go. Ellington waiting the snap. Oh, there's all kind of confusion there. Ellington's going to have to step up and create here. Trying to get to the outside. Does slip, so goes forward and gets out of bounds. Boy, I tell you what, looks like he was looking to hand off to one of the running backs who went behind him instead of in front of him. Dan did a good job of avoiding getting hit in the backfield. Was able to go forward and make something positive out of what looked to be a disaster that time.
You're right, Adam. He got about 5 yards. Third down, 3rd and 5. Ball's at the 11-yard line. Let's call it third down, 3rd and 6. 4:15 clock running. Indians got to score here, Adam. We're down 42-21, 4:10 left in the third quarter.
So Ellington awaiting the snap here. 2 running backs on his side. Going to try to send a man in motion. And then a stoppage. Is this going to be another timeout taken by Gulf Coast? Yes, it is. Timeout taken by the Bulldogs. 42-21 is your score. Gulf Coast with the lead. 4:03 to go here in the third quarter. Let's take a break and hear a word from Coca-Cola. We'll be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and FM 95 Sports.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar. Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with the Coke. Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
And we do want to thank Coke, along with all of our other sponsors, for sponsoring tonight's action here on FM 95 Sports, as well as Let'sGoICCTV.com. We'll be here every Thursday night, except for a couple of Saturdays this season on FM 95 Sports. Miss Tina Harlow doing a great job for us back there in Amory, keeping us on the air there. Miss Tina, appreciate everything you do over there for us back in Amory. Out of the timeout, 42-21 is your score. 4:03 to play here. ICC trailing the Bulldogs of Gulf Coast here in the season opening football game for the Indians. ICC, though, has it with a 3rd down and 6 situation. The ball is on the 11-yard line. Knocking on the door here are the Indians. Ellington gets the pass. Lobs it inside to Terry Williams, who catches it for the touchdown.
Needed that, Adam. Big-time pass and catch. Let's kick the extra point. Let's cut it to a 14-point ball game. We got plenty of time. 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
Ellington finds Williams on that 11-yard touchdown pass. Awaiting the PAT here. Nice job.
Got an injured player for Gulf Coast here.
Injured player down on the field. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll wait this PAT here as the player is down for Gulf Coast. Back with more right after this.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
The new extra most bestest pizza from Little Caesars is topped with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for the nation's best price. And now for a secret message.
Surrender to the toppings.
Incredible! Extra most bestest, the most cheese and most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back to action. Good to see that young man for Gulf Coast be able to walk off on his own power there. Probably starting to see some cramping issues this late in the game. That's Johnson, a freshman defensive back out of Wiggins, being helped off the field. So this is going to be Comer on to attempt the extra point here for the Indians. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Nicely done that time by the Indians. Let's keep it here since we just took you to that quick commercial break. 42-28 is your score with 3:56 to go here. Good answer by the Indians to kind of battle back in this one. Jim, you want a strong finish here and see if somehow, some way, you can get back in this thing.
No doubt about it, Adam. And as we mentioned, third quarter, our defense has come out and had 2 stops. Our offense took possession then, went down the field and scored. We've cut it to 42-28. Plenty of time left in the ball game. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Maybe we got some momentum here, Adam. Can keep it going.
Well, we got Will Bunch watching back across the way. I guess back home. Annabelle not doing well. We do want to send some thoughts and prayers out to Annabelle.
No doubt about it. Prayers and thoughts with the Bunch family.
Absolutely. Also, thoughts and prayers with a guy that would be here with us, Lee Adams, as he's expecting child number 2.
Anytime.
Anytime. I keep joking saying he's having twins. He texted me and said that there is not a second one. They can assure me of that. But, yes, we do look forward to hopefully adding the newest member of the ICC family sometime soon, maybe even in the morning. So it's going to be time to kick things off here for the Indians. It's 3:56 to play. 42-28 is your score in favor of the Bulldogs. This end-over-end kick is going to be taken at the 10-yard line, actually make it to 9, is where the Bulldogs will have it. Trying to get to the outside, picks up a block, fights forward, still stumbling forward out to the 40, still on its feet, and fighting forward. An impressive return that time. I'll tell you what, you take a look at some of these guys. That's Savion Smith, listed as an athlete. He went to IMG Academy out of St. Petersburg, Florida. He's 6'2", 190. There's a lot of big.
They got a lot of talent. He's a transfer from LSU also, by the way.
Yeah, there's a lot of big dudes on that field for Gulf Coast. So
you know, if Lee Adams' wife, who we, of course, pray for, if she can have the baby in the morning, Lee could be at work tomorrow afternoon, couldn't he?
Absolutely. That's what we jokingly told. He sent us a text on the way down. We were in Hattiesburg. He said, guys, good news. We might have the baby on the way. I was like, cool. Have that baby. You can get down to Gulf Coast in time for kickoff. 3:45 to go here in the third quarter. ICC trailing Gulf Coast 42-28. Gibson, still your quarterback. Give is up the middle, and that was Avery, I believe, on the carry that time. An impressive carry. Just got behind that big offensive line. Jim, I know we've been talking about Avery, Torrey, Gibson, all those for Gulf Coast. You got to give credit. This offensive front for Gulf Coast is giving Gibson a lot of times to throw and create.
No doubt about it. They're big and they're athletic. They're playing very well tonight.
So 2nd down and 5, and the give is up the middle, and that's going to be Torrey this time, and he fights that one forward for a gain of 7. So it'll be a 1st down and 10 situation here for the Bulldogs.
1st and 10, Gulf Coast. Clock running, 3:10 left in the third quarter, 42-28. Bulldogs up on our Indians here in the third quarter.
So 1st down and 10. Gibson waiting for the snap. 2 receivers on the far side of the field. Throws it out in the flats and leads this guy perfectly, able to get out to cross the 40. Let's see, they're going to say he's out at about the 38-yard line.
Gain of 8.
Right on cue, Annabelle texting. Thanks for the shout-out. Annabelle, we're praying for you, babe.
Good.
We love you, and we know you're going to pull through. 2nd down after a gain of 10. 2nd down and 2 to go.
If she's texting us, maybe she's feeling better.
Absolutely.
I hope.
That's a good sign. I don't know. She probably text through thick and thin. 2nd down and 2 to go here for the Bulldogs. Movement up front for the Indians. No flag. The Indians did not make contact, able to get back. Going to check the play from the sideline. Coming up on 2:20 to play here in the third quarter. Indians making some adjustments defensively across that front line. Show pressure, pull out of it. Now pressure coming on the backside. Gibson looking to throw. He is hit as he throws it. Still completes the pass out near the 30-yard line. Let's mark it at the 31. Gibson, cool as a cucumber, under pressure all game long.
Tyquan Almer, the outstanding wide receiver from Laurel, Mississippi. I remember hearing about him when he played high school football. It's the one that caught the ball there. Let me say this. Gulf Coast has a lot of talent. We've already mentioned 6 or 7 guys that transferred in from Division I schools. This is a good football team we're playing tonight.
Donna Thomas, Buddy Wayne, all checking in, watching as well. Given to the backfield. Indian hit him, lost him in the backfield, hit him a third time in the backfield.
Are you
fourth
kidding
time
me?
in the backfield, fifth time. Finally, the sixth time is a charm for the Indians. That kid just does not stop his legs moving, as that was Avery on the carry. One of the most impressive 2-yard losses you might see all season
that
long.
That was one of the best runs I've ever seen. Of course, it's early in the year this year, but he broke 6 tackles, still lost 2 yards.
So it'll be a 2nd down and 12 situation here for the Bulldogs. 1:20 and counting in the third quarter of play. Gulf Coast leading ICC by the score of 42-28. Gibson awaiting the snap. Plenty of time on the play clock. Gets it back with 15 seconds. Slant route is there. It is complete. He's going to get those 2 yards and then some back. Bring up a 3rd down. Let's call it a 3rd down and 9 situation here for the Bulldogs.
Good throw and catch. That catch was made by Jake McDonald from New Albany, Mississippi, plays tight end for Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Wow, what a spot. Gulf Coast got a right foot plus 2-step spot. So it's going to be a 3rd down and 8. The ball was, he got up at the 30. The ball is spotted at the 29. So the Indians trying to find a way to get off the field here. You got to think it may be 2-down territory here for the Bulldogs. Gibson steps up in the pocket. It closes around him in a hurry, and he's going to be hit and dropped for a big loss there. Good job by that Indian defensive front to make the play. Looks like leading the way that time was Travis Silo. Making the stop for the Indians, knocking them back. It's going to be a 4th down and 12 situation here for the Bulldogs.
4th and 12. The ball says a 33. They got a 14-point lead. You would think they'd punt. Letting the clock run out. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. Gulf Coast 42, ICC 28.
And you heard the score there, 42-28. Gulf Coast leading the Bulldogs after 3 quarters of play. We're going to take a break and be back with more right after this on FM 95 Sports and Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. Check out this week's specials.
Fresh ground beef, $1.98 per pound. Dole Classic Salad or Coleslaw, 99 cents each. And Best Choice Charcoal Briquettes, $5.98.
At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
And welcome back. Now as we start the fourth quarter, looks like Gulf Coast is set, or at least lined up to punt this one away. Low snap, dug up out of the ground. Kick is on its way. High, spiraling kick. Indians are going to try to get out of the way. It's going to hit, and of course, well, actually it's going to take a good roll for the Indians that time as it bounced at the 10, back to the 15. Looking like Jim Ingram sandwich out there, hitting and backing up about 5 yards. So the Indians will have it with a 1st down and 10 situation here. Just now starting the fourth quarter play. We give some shout-outs. Let's give some more. Here as well. Holly White checking in. T. Braden Bishop checking in as well as they're watching.
And Bronson just checked in.
And Dr. Prohaska checking in as well. Of course, I talk about Braden Bishop, ICC, a proud sponsor of the Miss 98 WCBI scoreboard show. That game will be on tomorrow night on Miss 98. I'll be joining Braden.
I thought you hung out there every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, he twists my arm, I guess. So the score, 42-28. Indians with it quickly out in the slant to Christian Salisbury. He makes the completion and the
got 1 yard at him.
1 yard on the play.
But still, hey, it's completion.
Probably,
we got the ball. Yeah. Defense made another good stand. We have played a lot better here in the third quarter. 4 possessions for Gulf Coast. They scored on one of them. The other 3, we stopped them.
So the Indians with the football. 2nd down. Let's call it 2nd down and 9 here. Ellington directing traffic, kind of pointing out who to block who. Awaiting the snap. Gets it now. Looking downfield, has a man open, is caught, and is spun around. Going to be close to the 1st down, as that was number 1,
Jamel Thomas.
Thomas, and we've called his name a lot here in the second half.
Freshman from Caledonia. Our kicker is, of course, from Caledonia. We've got 3 or 4 new kids from Caledonia High School this year.
And it is good enough for a first down. That first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. For all your insurance needs, stop by and see Joey there on South Adams Street. So waiting the play here. Once again, Ellington reading the defense, coming up and make some changes at the line of scrimmage. 13:45 and counting. Forsythe goes in motion. Ellington, the C's part, he passes it over the middle. One of those he thought about running, just could not get his feet set underneath him that time. Pass short-armed at that time to Salisbury, so to bring up a second down and 10.
Second and 10 Indians. 13:42 left in the ball game. 42-28. Gulf Coast up by 14. Indians have the ball.
And so second down, 13:42. Sorry, just got a text message from Annabelle. That was pretty funny, Annabelle. 42-28 is your score. Ellington sends Dinkins, across the middle. Salisbury fearlessly pulls that one in for a big-time gain. I tell you what, you got to like Christian Salisbury. The kid's got great speed and fearless.
Salisbury and Williams, both of them. They're not big guys, but they will take a hit. They go across the middle and can do something when they catch the football.
So clock continues to roll here. Indians trail 42-28. 13:23 to go in the fourth quarter. Gulf Coast with the lead. Indians with 2 receivers on both sides of the football. Ellington marching the Indians down the field, approaching midfield. Quick pass out is complete. Across midfield, across the 45, down to about the 43-yard line is where the ball will be marked. Actually, hey, this time we get a good spot. They mark it at the 42. That could be good enough for another first down, being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox.
Adam, they gave us another half yard, but hey, we'll take it.
Well, they owe us about 4.
I think you're right.
So another first down for the Indians, and here come the good guys marching downfield. Ellington quickly, pressure coming on the outside, avoids it, steps underneath, now has a man downfield. That's Terry Williams. Goes up and makes the catch. Williams is going to take him into the end zone. Touchdown, Indians.
Great play, but Dan Ellington got the rush, got his feet, set his feet, found the open receiver. We've got this thing cut to a 1-possession game, but unfortunately Terry Williams still in the end zone laying down.
Yeah, Terry and the player from Gulf Coast both got tangled up on each other as they went to the turf, so hopefully nothing serious here. 42-34 is your score. As Williams is being helped up now. The way he landed, hopefully awkward. Yeah, he's able to run off on his own power. Good to see there for Terry Williams. May have just got the wind knocked out.
And he was taking a rest. He scored a touchdown, deserves a rest.
Now
he saw Sean Cannon on the field. He just runs by Sean.
And number 25 from Gulf Coast, Ty Peters, he is a little wobbly coming off the field. It looked like he hit kind of hard, and Terry landed on top of him. But what a big-time play there for the Indians. 42-34 is the score. Awaiting the PAT here, the Indians trying to climb back in this one. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Here come the Indians. 42-35. Gulf Coast with the lead. Don't go anywhere, folks. 12:48 to play. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and FM 95 Sports.
Man, if they sold these pretzel dogs at the stadium, oh, everybody would love it.
Getting a hot dog on a premium pretzel bun with melty cheese sauce and crispy bacon here.
Oh, no thanks. I already got one.
The summer's biggest hit is the premium pretzel dog. This is how you Sonic.
No one loves the new Dunked Ultimate Chicken Sandwich more than 2-time dunk champion Zach LaVine. That's right. Except maybe 2-time dunk champion Zach LaVine from the future.
I have 2 sandwiches.
No one dunks like Sonic.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A 58-yard touchdown pass from Dan Ellington to the second-team All-American as a freshman, Williams. Makes it a 42-35 contest, 12:48 to play. Indians creeping back in this one. Defense has come up and made some stops. Indians need to see if they can do it again here. Still a lot of time to play in this contest. This is a low kick, angled towards the sideline, is going to hit and go out of bounds at about the 10. So a break there for Gulf Coast. Not what the Indians wanted to do. Looked like that time as Caleb Comer kind of slipped a little bit on that kick. Russell Bunch checking in. Annabelle getting some attention, so Russell wants to check in as well. We do appreciate everyone tuning in, tweeting at us. Cal Brown has been running the Twitters tonight. You got Austin Blancett is on the camera for Let'sGoICCTV.com. And then also on the sidelines, you got Raphael Henry and a special guest appearing, I think, for the first half. No, he's still down there. A special guest here for the Indians, Haston McKissick, a former volunteer member of the ICC Sports Information Team, now at Southern Miss, made the trip down and helping us out tonight. So big ups to Haston, going the extra mile for the team. So it'll be first down and 10 to go here for the Bulldogs. Ball is going to be at the 35-yard line. Gibbs is going to be the lone man in the backfield, and he's going to be hit and stopped in the backfield. Big-time play for the Indians, as I believe that was number 18 coming in. That's Jarvis Hayes making the play.
Loss of 2, Adam. Second down, 2nd and 12 for Gulf Coast. 12 and a half minutes left in the ball game. Gulf Coast 42, ICC 35. Need another stop. Get the offense, get the ball back again.
John Bowen liking what he's seeing now. The Indians trying to fight their way back into this one with 12-19 and counting. High snap, corralled that time, and there's another hit in the backfield. The Indians starting to get and figure out this, I guess, the Bulldogs here, and they're starting to time up this offensive front, or maybe that offensive front who has played outstanding for the Bulldogs getting a little tired here.
I think you're right, and I also think Gulf Coast has gotten a little conservative here. They're not really spreading out. They're running the football, and we're keying on that right now. Big-time play, 3rd down, 3rd and 14, 11:50 left in the ball game.
So can the Indians defense come up big here? This is where Gibson has come up big for the Bulldogs and these 3rd down and long situations. Gibson checking the defense. Looks to the sideline, stays with the play. Looks for the pass across the flats. It's complete. He's hit and dropped, and that's going to be a 4th down and about 1, maybe 2 situation coming up for the Bulldogs. Decision-making time here for Gulf Coast. There's an injured player down the field for the Indians. Or just a little slow to get up. Nope, it is going to be an injured player down on the field for the Indians. Let's take the timeout. We'll be back with more. 11:22. It'll be a 4th down and 2 situation come up for the Bulldogs. Back with more right after this.
With Farm Bureau, you're getting local agents, great auto rates, and fast, friendly claims.
Great. Glad I went with Favre Bureau.
No, it's Farm Bureau.
Favre.
Say it with me. Farm.
Favre.
Ma. You know what? Doesn't matter. Either way, you're all set.
See? That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
For coverage you can't beat. Farm Bureau Insurance.
And welcome back to action. It's going to be a 4th down and 2 situation, and Gulf Coast is going to wait a little late, try to catch the Indians off guard, and they're going to send in their punting unit here for the Bulldogs. So right now they're sending in the punter. The ball is going to be at the 43-yard line. Coming up on 11 minutes of play here in the 4th quarter of play. ICC's got some confusion, having to run people on and off. So is Gulf Coast.
Stay on side. Stay on side. Make them force the punt.
And that's going to be a flag down in this situation. That's going to be a delay of game.
That's delay of game or either illegal substitution against them.
Yes. So I think you can take your choice on that one. And you see Coach Huff on the sideline a little upset with this guy that was coming off the field late in that situation. So now what was a 4th down and 2 will turn into a 4th down
and 7, and they will definitely punt. Adam, we got plenty of time. 11 minutes left in the ball game. We got all 3 timeouts. We're down 42-35, getting the ball here on the punt.
Terry Williams back to receive the kick. The snapback's a good one. Pressure's coming. Gets it away nicely. Booming kick. Beautiful kick. Williams is going to watch it hit and roll, and it was hit by an ICC player, but Terry Williams dives on top of it that time. Close. The ball just took a funny hop off the turf, and it bounced into B.J. Williams. Terry Williams had the wherewithal to jump on top of that one and preserve the possession for the Indians, as there was a trio of Bulldogs down there in the area. So the ball will be marked at, I believe, at the 13-yard line. We're going to be a 1st down and 10 situation here for the Indians. 10:34 to play. 42-35 is your score. Lady Moe starting to wear a little bit of red out there for the Indians.
No doubt about it, Adam. Let's go 87 yards here. Let's use about 5 minutes. Let's score. Let's tie the ball game up. Let's stop them again, get the ball back, score, and win the ball game, go home.
Well, apparently there was a flag on the play. I did not see where that flag was. It looks like it goes against Gulf Coast. And if so, or maybe it was declined. I don't know. Well, he was signaling something pointed towards Gulf Coast. They didn't mark off any yardage, so maybe there wasn't a flag on the play. Maybe the official was talking about where he wants to eat after the game, and I tell you what, looking at all these Sonic and Little Caesars commercials, I'm thinking about where I want to eat after the game too. 10:34 to play. ICC with the football. 42-35 Gulf Coast with the lead. The Indians trying to march down the field yet again. Dan Ellington waiting the snap. Pressure coming, steps over the middle. That's got to be pass interference. And
There it comes.
A late flag comes in on the play as the guy was basically getting a piggyback ride across the field. Pass interference should be the call here against the Bulldogs, and this should give a fresh set of downs for the Indians.
It's from the mark. Is that correct?
Believe so.
If it's less than 15 yards, they place it where the pass interference was. And that's a 12-yard penalty. Hey, we'll take it. First down, the ball's at our own 25-yard line.
So that's another first down for the Indians. That first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. For all your insurance needs, stop by and see Joey there on South Adams Street. He insures my Nissan Juke. Appreciate Joey for all he does here for ICC Athletics. Pass out to the flats, hung up high that time. Terry Williams just couldn't quite get to it. Ball falls incomplete, second down and 10.
Second and 10, plenty of time, Adam. We're down 7 points, 10:24 left in the ball game, 42-35. Gulf Coast up. We got the ball at our own 25-yard line, got all the timeouts we need. Take your time. Let's go down the field.
So Ellington directing traffic, taking his time here. I like that, being patient. Plenty of time on the game clock, or I should say play clock. Ellington gets the snap back. Throw is out. And is that going to be another pass interference? No, they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt there as he's able to get the ball and pop that one away. Lucky break for the Bulldogs because he was all over the back of the Indian receiver that time as the pass was intended for Thomas on the play. So it'll be a third down and 10.
Third down and 10. Possession down here, Adam. You know what? We hadn't seen much tonight. How about a screen pass? A little delayed screen, maybe that would work. I don't know.
Well, they do bring in Dinkins at the running back position. He's got some speed to be able to turn in something into a big play here. Ellington awaiting the snap. Bulldogs show pressure, back out of it. Indians make a play change from the sideline. 5 seconds on the play clock. Snap back now. Ellington. They do try to set up the screen, and it was intended that time for Dinkins, and he paid for that, as that was number 9, who was apparently happy or either is trying to swim off the field that time. Isaiah Washington coming in and making the play, a big-time play there defensively by the Bulldogs.
Maybe we shouldn't have run the screen because they smelled it out. That had everybody plus guys coming off the bench trying to tackle them on the screen.
They might have been tuning in to FM 95 Sports and heard you call the play there.
I shouldn't have said that. It's my fault.
So here come the Indians. Punt unit is out there, as this is Hayden Franklin on to punt this one away. Snap is a good one. Franklin steps into it.
Nice punt.
High spiraling kick is going to hit and roll at the 35 and is going to roll down to about the 33, maybe 32-yard line is where the Bulldogs will have it. 9:58 to play in the contest. 42-35 is your score. Can the Indians defense rally to come up with another stop and give the Indians a chance here? The Bulldogs, though, trying to get a little bit of breathing room in this one. Try to see if we can find some more scores throughout the area. East Mississippi has come back and taken a 37-34 lead over Jones. That's with 14:05 left in the game. Still a lot of time to play there. Scrolling through the Twitter, remind you to follow us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. Also visit letsgoicc.com. Colin leading Mississippi Delta 31-6. That's with 2 minutes left in the game there in Moorhead.
Fumble
on the play, but Gulf Coast was able to pick it up and stumble forward for a gain of about 3. That was what we was looking for,
I'll
Jim.
tell you, the ball bounced right back into the running back's hand after it went off the quarterback. Still stopped them, got 3 yards. Second down, 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs. 9:40 left in the ball game. Clock running. Bulldogs up by 7 over our Indians. We've got plenty of time. Let's make a defensive stop.
So 2nd down and 7, as Jim mentioned. Bulldogs with it. Been a little bit more patient now on the offensive end. They were in a hurry-up form earlier, trying to work a little bit of that clock. Gibson gets the snap. Play action fake. Pressure coming off the corner to get him. Big-time play there by the Indians. So I believe that was number 18. That's going to be Jarvis Hayes coming in and making the sack on Gibson. A loss on the play is going to bring up a 3rd down and 12 situation.
Good job. We had containment. We didn't let them get outside on us. The defensive ends kind of met in the middle there, Adam. Stopped them. 3rd down, 3rd and 12, as you mentioned.
So the clock continuing to roll here. 8:50 to play. The Indians trying to get off the field defensively and see if they can get the offense back out there. They trail this contest 42-35. Gulf Coast once again taking their time, getting the play in, trying to be patient here, eat up as much as that clock as they can. Gibson out of the shotgun. I believe that's Avery to his left. Gets the snap, pressure coming off the corner. Now he's going to step up. Boy, he's got a lot of room to run. He's going to cut to the outside, and he's not going to get the first down, though. He's going to be stopped at the 40. Big-time tackle.
And there's a late
flag down.
That's got to be against Gulf Coast. I think that's on the coach. I think he hollered for face mask and didn't get it.
That may have been what they showed earlier was a warning on the sideline. Coach Huff was out on the field. The line judge threw the flag.
That's on the coach, I think.
I don't really like that call, though, with this ball game being that close. You really don't want something like that to really kind of shift the tide in these tight ball games. So the ball is at the 40-yard line. The officials are sorting this one out. This flag being brought to you by First American National Bank. They remind you to follow the flag. Anytime you're in Fulton, you see the proud American flag waving as soon as you take the exit off of 22 or 78, depending if you're old school, wanting to call it 78. You'll see the flag there. That's the home of First American National Bank. Tommy Chamley and company doing a great job, as always, for us, helping you bring ICC football and other athletics your way here on FM 95 Sports and Let's Go ICCTV.com. Well, now they're facing the Indians.
No. There we go. There we go. I was getting ready to have to apologize to everybody listening to the radio. I shouldn't have said that earlier. Thank goodness it was correct.
So now they're going to back the ball up 5 yards. The ball is going to go to the 35. Will it be a fourth down or will it be a third down?
It's going to be fourth down.
I think it should be fourth down. Yeah, it's going to be fourth down.
Is it only 5 yards?
Apparently so.
I thought it was 15.
So now it's going to be a 4th down and 7 situation here for the Bulldogs, and they're going to send out the punting unit.
Adam, let's say this. Our defense struggled first half. I think Gulf Coast has had possession 6 times this half, and we stopped them 5 out of 6 times defensively. So give the defense credit for their play in the second half.
Coming up on 8 minutes of play here in the fourth quarter, Gulf Coast to punt this one away. Indians trying to bring some pressure, forced a kick that's going to be shanked towards the sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds just shy of the 25, maybe marking about the 28 is where the Indians will have it with 7:57 to go, trailing 42-35. Let's hear a quick word from Choice Pawn. Be back with more right after this.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen, where it's a first down and 10 situation here for the Indians. They trail this contest 42-35 with 7:57 to play here in the fourth quarter. Dan Ellington is your quarterback. He's going to try to set up a screen pass over the middle, read nicely by the Bulldogs, and there's going to be a face mask as 2 flags fly, and this could go in the way of the Indians. Now, Jim, you're starting to see Lady Momentum kind of slowly, surely warming up, maybe trying to think about dancing a little bit with the Indians.
I hope so, and they might have called holding on us. It might be offsetting penalties, but I hope both flags for face mask. That's personal foul, face mask. That's what it is, Adam. You're on the money, baby.
So there is going to be move the ball down the field. So that's going to be another first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. For all your insurance needs, give Joey a call. Stop by and see him there at the Farm Bureau offices on South Adams Street.
All the way to the 49-yard line. First and 10 Indians.
Big time situation there for the Indians as they're marching the ball down the field. 7:48 to play. 42-35 is your score. The Indians trying to find pay dirt here to see if they can tie this thing up late in the evening here in Perkinston. Ellington at quarterback. Give is going to be to Forsythe. Forsythe trying to get to the outside. Now cuts up the middle. He's hit and stacked up, but churns his way forward across the 50 down to the 49-yard line. That was all nothing but determination and power that time out of Kadarius Forsythe. He was hit at the line of scrimmage and back paddled his way with 2 defenders on his back for a 2-yard gain.
Good job of Forsythe keeping the defense honest, running the ball a little bit. Got plenty of time. Can run and pass. 7:15 left in the ball game. We're down by 7, 42-35. We got the ball at Gulf Coast 49-yard line. Second down, 2nd and 8.
So Ellington back to the line of scrimmage. Forsythe in the backfield with him out of the shotgun. 3 receivers on the far side of the field. 1 here near side for those listening on FM 95 Sports. Pass out to the flats, just a little too tall for Terry Williams to go up and get that one. It'll bring up 3rd down.
3rd down, 3rd and 8. 7 minutes left in the ball game. You know, Adam, this is interesting. If we don't make the first down here, 7 minutes left in the ball game. Do you punt or do you go for it on 4th down? The way your defense has been playing, I say you have to punt, but I hope we don't have to face that. Let's get a first down right now.
6:57, the clock is stopped, 42-35. Gulf Coast with the lead. The Indians fighting, clawing, trying to chop their way back into this one. Ellington with 2 running backs on both sides of him, 2 receivers on the far side of the field. Get a little delay. Handoff is going to be to Forsythe. Forsythe is going to fight forward, shy of the 45-yard line. Let's call it the 46 is where we'll have it now. And it'll bring up a 4th down and long situation here for the Indians.
I think we're going for it. I don't think there's any hesitation. 4th down, 4th and 5. The ball's at the 46-yard line of Gulf Coast. Clock is running.
Salisbury will check into the game. Checking out will be number 4, Dinkins. Will be a great time to see Gulf Coast jump off sides.
Hard count would be nice, wouldn't it?
Play clock down to 15 seconds. 6:20 on the game clock. Gulf Coast fans on their feet. ICC fans on their feet across the way. Snap back. Ellington is looking to run. In trouble. Throws downfield and overshoots his intended receiver. Good job by the Bulldogs that time, staying at home, sniffing out the play the Indians were looking for, and the defense makes the stop for the Bulldogs.
All right, Adam, we got time. There's 6 minutes left in the ball game. We took a shot, didn't make it. Let's stop them again, get the ball back. We got all 3 timeouts. Our defense has played well second half. I see they've got a little bit of confidence. Let's keep it going.
So it's going to be a 1st down and 10 situation here for the Bulldogs. 6:04 to play. The Indians defense, man, we almost had that turnover the last possession. Can we get it this time? Bulldogs have gone into kind of that stall mode, and it's kind of disrupted their tempo and rhythm they've had offensively. So Gibson comes back out at quarterback. It's got a kind of an offset running back situation, or maybe an H-back is what you would want to call one of them. Gibson gets the snap. Give is going to be to the wrong running back in the backfield. That's going to be Torrey. Spins around, fights forward out near the 50-yard line is where he'll get it. So that'll be a gain of 4 on the play, bringing up 2nd down and 6.
Sala on the tackle. Adam mentioned 2nd down, 2nd and 6. Clock running, 5:49 left in the ball game. Gulf Coast 42, ICC 35.
Yeah, for Gulf Coast, that clock cannot run fast enough. For the Indians, they need to find a way to get off the field and give their offense one last chance to possibly tie this thing up. Gibson watching the play clock, count itself down. It's 25 seconds. He's probably going to let it get down to about 15, maybe even 10 before he snaps the football. And that's what he's at, 15 now, and he's going to let it get down to 10, maybe inside 10, as he's just pretty much watching the play clock. Now gets steps to the line of scrimmage with 10 seconds, calls for the snap. Now at 5 seconds, gets it, and his give is going to be to the long running back. That is going to be Torrey. Stiff arm, he's going to be hit and dropped. No gain on the play. Nicely done that time by number 18, Jarvis Hayes. We've called his name a lot here in the second half for the good guys.
No doubt about it. Jarvis Hayes has really stepped it up here. Second half plays outside linebacker, defensive end. Big down play here. Got to stop them. 3rd down, 3rd and 5.
Well, the Indians still have all 3 timeouts left in the contest. 4:45 to play here. If they can get a stop, you got to think they might try to burn their first time out here. Clock continuing to roll. Gulf Coast looking back towards the sideline. A conversion down here. 3rd down and 6. 4.5 to play in the contest. Indians down by 7. Awaiting the snap. Gets it now. Toss out. Did he catch it?
He's got to be short.
Yes.
Where are they marking it?
He caught it, but, Jim, I think you're right. He's about a half a yard shy of the first down.
Did he call it first down?
If they call that a first down, we will riot. There's no way that's a first down. Now, they're giving him the first down. No. They're not even going to measure it. They're going to give him the first down.
Oh, my goodness.
They gave him.
What an unbelievable spot.
Oh, my goodness. You've got to be kidding me. They actually moved the ball after they spotted it up to the 39-yard line. There's no way that's where the ball was down at. He was shy of the 39, just barely across. Or excuse me, I should say the 44 is where they marked it, just barely across the 45-yard line when he caught the ball and went to the turf. A break again for the Bulldogs. A hometown spot there. Low snap. Gibson gets it, tries to get to the outside, holding on the corner, no flag thrown. Did not get out of bounds. The clock continues to roll here. The Indians may have to start thinking about burning some timeouts, and they will. Timeout on the field. 3:27 to play here in the contest. We're going to take the timeout with them. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and FM 95 Sports.
All right, we're back with one of the best dunkers in basketball. His name is Zach LaVine.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, enough with the jibber jab. Let's roll Zach's top 10 dunks.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Hachi, chachi, dunky, rini.
Guys, these aren't my dunks. These are sandwiches.
Welcome to our house, Zach.
That's right. We live here.
You live here with the sandwiches?
No, I have a home and a wife and a child.
I live here with the sandwiches.
Try the new Dunked Ultimate Chicken Sandwich in 3 bold flavors and get half-price shakes and ice cream slushes after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
And welcome back to action here as Gulf Coast with the football. It's going to be a 2nd down and 12 situation. 3:27 to play here. The Indians now got to start thinking about possibly trying to get a turnover in this situation to see if they can get the ball back. A gift gave the Bulldogs a 1st down late in the contest. Gibson awaiting the snap. Gets it and is going to hand off. This is Torrey in the backfield. Cuts back up the middle. Hits forward and gains near, well, should be about the 41-yard line. Let's see where they spot it, actually.
Yeah, it is the 41-yard line.
They could put it at the goal line.
3rd down, Adam. 3rd and a long 6. 3 minutes left in the ball game. We still have 2 timeouts. Let's stop them here, then use the timeout, get the ball back, go down the field, score, make 2-point conversion, win the ball game, go home.
Remind you, in 3 minutes, we'll have the Renaissance Bank post-game report. I like the way you think there, Jim.
I wonder if you heard me. First step is to stop them on this 3rd down.
So it's going to be a 3rd down and 8 situation here. Bulldogs taking their time. The Indians trying to find a stop. Gibbs is going to be the Tory in the backfield. He fights forward, still fighting forward. Man, he didn't get it, but he did knife forward and pick up significant yardage there. The Indians are going to take another timeout here. It's going to bring up a 4th down situation. Let's hear from Joey Cox, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent. We remind you to give him a call at 662-862-9340. Back with more as the Indians trying to find a way to tie this thing up, maybe take the win late in the contest here in Perkinston.
With Farm Bureau, you're getting local agents, great auto rates, and fast, friendly claims.
Great. Glad I went with Favre Bureau.
No, it's Farm Bureau.
Favre.
Say it with me. Farm.
Favre.
Ma. You know what? Doesn't matter. Either way, you're all set.
See? That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
For coverage you can't beat. Farm Bureau Insurance.
The new extra most bestest pizza from Little Caesars is topped with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for the nation's best price. And now for a secret message. Surrender to the toppings. Incredible! Extra most bestest, the most cheese and most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza.
And welcome back. We do thank those people at Little Caesars, along with Joey Cox, for sponsoring tonight's contest.
Adam, they're punting. We're going to get the ball back.
Well, we need a bad snap.
1 timeout left, 2:30 left in the ball game.
Terry Williams back to receive this kick. Gulf Coast set up to kick it away here. 4th down and 4 is the situation.
Stay on sides. Stay on sides.
They did go with the hard snap count. Indians stayed home. No pressure here. And he shanked it. It's off the side of his foot. It's going to hit but take a Gulf Coast roll down to about the 16, maybe 17-yard line. Didn't get the kick he was looking for that time. So the Indians don't get a great break, but a slight break there. Now, Jim, the ball should be at the 17, with it being a 1st and 10 situation here for the Indians. 2:24 to play. ICC trailing 42-35. Can the Indians find some late game magic here in Perkinston this evening to see if they can tie this thing up? Or, as you mentioned, Jim, let's go for 2 and win this thing and head back to Fulton.
First of all, we got to go down the field about 83 yards and score, okay? We got 2:24 left in the ball game. We got 1 timeout. We got plenty of time. We can do this. You know, what a second-half performance by our defense, Adam. I think there's been 8 possessions of Gulf Coast. They did score on one of them. The other 7, we have forced them to punt the football Great adjustments at halftime by our defensive coaches.
Indians have got to hurry, break the huddle from the sideline with 5 seconds on the play clock. They just get the snap off. Ellington pump fakes, looking deep, nobody there. Now he's going to try to run, and he's going to be hit. No, he's going to break free and then throw the ball away, and that's going to be a flag.
Come on.
Is this going to be a late hit on Gulf Coast, or he was out of the box that time? We'll see what the official calls here. Didn't look like anything malicious on the sideline, and they're going to call – no, they're going to call roughing the passer on Gulf Coast. Wow, I did not think that was really a roughing the passer call, as Ellington was still fighting forward, threw the ball, and was going out of bounds. The momentum of the player from Gulf Coast carried him into him. I'm going to have to say, Jim, a break for the Indians.
We'll take it. We need it. But I think you're right, Adam. It was a no call in my opinion. But, hey, we'll take it. We need it.
So the ball will be marched up the field. It looks like it's going to be spotted on the 32-yard line. Will it be a first down and 10? 2:15 to play. ICC trailing Gulf Coast 42-35. The Indians trying to find a way to tie this thing up, maybe send it to overtime, or can we find a way to win it late? Ellington at quarterback. 2 receivers on both sides of the football. Ellington looking deep. Checks down to Forsythe, and Forsythe just in and out of his hands that time. A little bit behind him, but may have been a good drop on the part of Forsythe. Might have been hit for a loss.
No doubt about it. If he got hit and stayed in bounds, we would have chewed up 30 seconds for like a 3-yard gain. So it's good that he dropped the ball. Good as incomplete. 2nd and 10. The clock stops. 2:10 left in the ball game. We're down by 7. We got the ball at our own 32-yard line. 2nd down and 10 yards to go.
So the Indians with it now, as Jim said, 2nd down and 10. Ellington tosses it out, and that's going to be a completion. Good job keeping his feet in there, as that's going to be Terry Williams across the way, and it's going to be another first down for the good guys. Gain of 11 on that pass reception. This first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, as the ball moves up to the 43-yard line, and the Indians working with some purpose offensively. Ellington slows down his offense, makes sure everybody's on the same page. Inside 2 minutes to play.
Why is the clock running?
I guess they said, I don't know. Or maybe they should set the chains. Trying to go back to the same play that time. Gulf Coast all over the ICC defender that time. That was or receiver that time. That was Terry Williams.
But he went out of bounds. I thought, well, it doesn't matter now. We're okay.
Yeah. Jim, I'll just say this. I don't know.
2nd down, 2nd and 10. Indians have the ball at their own 43-yard line. 1:46 left in the ball game. We got 1 timeout. We're down by 7, and the ball's at their own 43.
So the Indians, can they find a way? Battling Gulf Coast late here in the evening. Ellington gets the snap, pressure up the middle. Ellington steps up, trying to avoid it. In trouble, now the ball's free. And Dan falls back on top of it. Got to secure that football when you start to scramble. If you're Dan that time, Gulf Coast player didn't try to strip it. Just when he went for the tackle, popped it free. The Indians dodged a big-time bullet there.
And call our last time out, Adam, to regroup. Got to do that. Ball is placed, let's see, at the 37-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down, 3rd and 17. 1:29 left. We have no timeouts left. Of course, it's 2-down territory.
Yeah, tough break for the Indians. That's kind of been the story of the night for ICC. We just haven't got the breaks when we need it. We had the 2 turnovers that resulted in a touchdown. Then we had that unfortunate penalty that took a touchdown off the board for us, and then that just untimely almost turnover. But, hey, as you said, Jim, still 1:34 to play.
Right. Got a chance.
3rd and 16. We don't have to have all of it here. We can get that 16 yards and still try to drive to victory.
But you got to have a little more pep in your step because we're out of timeouts now.
And so waiting for them to break the huddle, we do want to thank the ICC Wesley Foundation for sponsoring tonight's contest, along with the ICC Baptist Student Union. You also have Bank of Okolona, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. Little Caesars, Choice Pond, Joey Cox, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Renaissance Bank, Sonic of Fulton, and Food Giant, all proud to bring you tonight's action here on FM 95 Sports. So here it is, 3rd down and 16. Ball is on the 37-yard line. Dan Ellington, your quarterback. The Gulf Coast band blaring as we're trying to get the play off here. Ellington gets the snap, avoids pressure, steps up, delivers over the middle. That's Terry Williams. Makes 2 guys miss. Makes another one miss. Trying to get upfield, and he does get the first down. Terry Williams showing off why he was an All-American last season. Breaking ankles all over the place. Needed 16, got 18 for another first down for the Indians.
1:23 left. First and 10 Indians. The ball's at the 46 of Gulf Coast, and we just throw the ball on the ground. I like it.
Yeah, spike it to kill the clock. 1:19 to play. 42-35 is your score.
Get your breath. Also,
boy, what a big-time play by Terry Williams. 1:19 to play here. 42-35 is your score. We're not going to take any more breaks until this one's final, folks. Don't go anywhere here on FM 95 Sports or letsgoicctv.com. Ellington, your quarterback, awaiting the snap. Second down and 10. Ellington looking deep. Has a man on the sidelines, caught, and a smart play that time, as that was going to be number 19. Yes, Malik Honeycutt caught it, stepped out of bounds. Clock stops with only 6 seconds off the clock. The Indians working the ball down the field. First down and 10 as the ball now out to the 35-yard line. The Indians 35 yards away from tying this one up. 42-35 is your score. Ellington gets the snap. Looking deep to the sideline, and it's nearly picked off by the Bulldogs. Anticipating that out route that time, jumped it off his fingertips. The ball goes out of bounds. Good thing is, clock stops with 1:08 to play.
No doubt about it, Adam. We're fine. 1:08 left. Second down, second and 10. We got the ball at their 35-yard line. Plenty of time. No timeouts. We're down by 7, 42-35. And, again, no matter what happens this game, what a great effort by our defense in the second half, and our offense has played well all game. The adjustments by the coaching staff, really good job at halftime by ICC.
Second down and 10. Ellington out of the shotgun. Dinkins checks into the contest. He's now in motion near side of the field. Ellington looking to throw. Plenty of time. Avoids pressure now as the pocket breaks down. Ellington just dancing around in the backfield. Going to have to try to find something. Great job by his offensive line coming up and delivering. Time for him to throw. And then he makes the pass. Wow. A lot of time right off the clock. 16 seconds off the clock. But Christian Salisbury comes back, helps his quarterback out, and makes the play. Slash coming up big for the Indians. And that's another first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. And there's an injured Gulf Coast player down on the field. It looked like he kind of just laid down across the way, trying to maybe allow his defense a chance to catch their breath here in the final seconds of this one.
Great job, our offensive line. And Ellington kept his cool. Finally, some receivers broke off their patterns, kind of freelanced, and found someone open for the first down.
Yeah, a little backyard football that time for the Indians. Converts the first down. It'll be a first down and 10 situation. The ball is now on the 19-yard line. 50 seconds to play. ICC trailing this ball game by the score of 42-35. What a tale of two halves. We had a bunch of points poured on there in the first half, and now this points have been few and far in between here in the second half. But can the Indians find a way to march down the field and possibly tie this contest up and push it into overtime? 50 seconds to play. Still have an injured player on the field, cramping a situation here for the Bulldogs. And this hurts right here, Jim, for the Indians. It throws off all of our momentum and rhythm we had going forward as we had Gulf Coast on their heels. Like I said, the young man, I look like he just simply laid down. Of course, cramping now, you can catch that in the middle of any situation and be hurting.
He's up. And I think you're right, Adam. I think he's been cramping again.
Yeah, he's walking off, barely bending that knee. And I'm sorry, folks. These kids tonight, tip your hat to both these football teams. A lot of effort and heart have been left on the field tonight, and really surprised we haven't had more cramping than we've seen tonight on the field. Credit to both these coaching staffs for having their players not only prepared but mentally but also physically for tonight's contest. Back to action as soon as we get the player off the field for Gulf Coast. 50 seconds to play, 42-35. Gulf Coast with the lead. The Indians with the football knocking on the door at the 19-yard line. ICC trying to find a way to tie this thing up. The Indian faithful across the way. We see some chops going out of the ICC faithful. A good crowd coming out to support the Indians this afternoon or this evening here in Perkison. Ellington, your quarterback, gets the snap. Plenty of time to throw. Over the middle, it's got a man. Oh, that's got to be pass interference. And it is. Late flags come flying. They were looking for Terry Williams. Williams was tattooed before the ball got there. And now the ball, and that is going to be a flag on the Bulldogs.
It's going to be, I believe, at the 2-yard line. Is that right, Adam?
They're marking the flag. They moved the flag from the 1 to the 2, so that is where both flags are.
What is it, a 15-yard penalty from where the line of scrimmage, right?
So they're going to see where this one is. The ball was at the 19.
So it's going to be taken to the 4-yard line, correct?
I don't know.
Instead of the 2, they're going to put the 4, I believe.
Yeah, that looks to be correct. So pass interference on the offense.
On the defense.
Or, excuse me, on the defense.
4-yard line.
They're going to mark it up to the 4-yard line. 43 seconds to play. Fresh set of downs for the Indians.
You know, you could actually run the ball here one time if you wanted to.
You got to be careful. So the Indians looking towards the sideline for the play call. 43 seconds. 42-35. ICC trailing Gulf Coast here in the fourth quarter. Ellington getting the plays from the sideline and waiting for the officials to put the ball in play. Dinkins, your running back. 3 receivers on the far side of the field. 1 here at the bottom. That's Thomas. Ellington awaiting the snap. Gets it. Pressure coming. He's hit. Slings it to the back of the end zone. Smart play that time by Dan Ellington.
Good play.
Knew that he had plenty of arm to get that one out of the back of the end zone. Christian Salisbury was in the area, but put it out of the back of the end zone to avoid the sack. It does stop the clock with 36 seconds to play. 42-35 is your score. Indians trying to find a way to get in the end zone here and have a shot at tying it up with a PAT, maybe the win, if the Indians decide to roll the dice and go for 2.
Second and go. The ball's at the 4-yard line. 36 seconds left. 42-35. Gulf Coast up by 7. Indians knocking on the door here at the end of the ball game.
So Ellington comes to the line of scrimmage. Fourth side in at quarterback. Receiver on the far side of the field, that's Terry Williams. 2 here at the bottom side of the field is Salisbury. Now Williams in motion, joining the crew down at the bottom. Pressure coming. Pass to the middle, and that's going to be pass interference again. It's got to be. Yes, it is. Once again, Gulf Coast keying on Terry Williams, hitting before the ball got there. And so this should move the ball inside the 1 or to the 1.
Adam, I think they'll mark it at the 2. Be first and goal at the 2-yard line, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, the flag is at the 3 or at the 4. He went forward. You got to.
Come on, you're not going to put it at the 4, are you? I thought it was at the 2-yard line. Where's you going to put it?
Are they going to make it half the distance?
There you go.
Okay.
Half the distance. You're right. They're putting the ball at
inside
the 1-yard line.
Yeah. So here we go. Big man football. 31 seconds to play. Ball is at the 1. Fresh set of downs for the Indians.
I don't think you can run, can you? Because if you don't make it, you got to scramble.
Yeah. You got to see what you can do here.
No timeouts. Ball at the 1-yard line. 31 seconds left.
Trey Towns has come in the backfield, adding a little bit of extra protection possibly in there for the Indians. Ellington give off to Forsythe. Forsythe fights for it. Does he get in? No, they say he's down at the 1.
Get up.
Got to get up in a hurry here and kill the football.
Hurry, get up to the line of scrimmage. Come on, guys.
Somebody's down here for the Indians. 24 seconds on the clock. The clock is stopped. The officials quickly blow the whistle. That was an offensive lineman slow to get up for ICC. 24 seconds to play. 42-35 is your score. Second down, goal to go from the 1. The Indians knocking on the door, a yard away from taking a chance to tying this one up. Actually, another penalty
it was
on Gulf Coast.
Offsides, Gulf Coast. First and goal at the half-yard line.
So the ball moves even closer here for the Indians.
Still 24 seconds left. That's the key thing right here. First and goal, the ball's at the half-yard line.
Ellington gets the quick snap, and he's going to fight for it. I don't think he got in.
Oh, Lord. Get up.
He did not get in. Gulf
Clock
Coast
is
taking
running.
their time getting off the football here. The Indians are going to have to hurry.
15 seconds. Hurry, guys. Hurry.
Indians are going to have to hurry here. No gain on the play. 10 seconds now, and they're going to spike it to stop it.
Third and goal. 8 seconds left in the ball game, Adam.
Oh, my goodness. 8 seconds left
if you
here
run
in the
ball
ball game.
It's the last play of the game, so you're thinking about throwing it twice if you have to, okay? 8 seconds left. The ball's at the half-yard line.
The Indians just this close to trying to tie this one up. Let's give credit to that Gulf Coast defensive front, though, denying the Indians from a yard out. Ellington looking across the way. Plenty of time on the play clock, 20 seconds, 8 seconds on the game clock. Ellington throws it, and it's batted down. No, the clock continues to run.
It's fourth down, the clock, okay.
3 seconds ran off the clock after the ball was whistled dead. There should be 5 seconds left on the game clock here.
Now you run the ball. Last play of the ball game, the ball's at the half-yard line. Play power football and run it in now.
So high drama here in Perkinson tonight. The Indians down to their final play of the game. 2 seconds on the clock. That pass was nearly picked off.
Adam, we got to – I don't know if you take a chance and throw it here.
We'll see.
It's the last play of the ball game regardless, unless there's a defensive penalty.
2 seconds on the game clock. The Indians at the 1, 4th and goal. ICC trailing 42-35. Ellington gets the snap. He's going to fight
He's
for it.
in.
Does he get in? Touchdown, Indians! The Indians score with no time on the clock. And do you go for two? Do you feel lucky and try to get the win? Or do you kick this one through and go to overtime?
I think we're going for two, Adam. I really do.
What a play by the Indians. I believe that was Dan Ellington or maybe Katarius Forsythe. Could not tell who ran that one in.
Ellington.
Ellington ran it in from 1 yard out. No time left on the clock. We are tied. Or no, we're a kick away from being tied.
We're going for two.
And the Indians going for the win on the road.
It's the last play of the ball game regardless. This conversion is.
Can the Indians win this one in a thrilling fashion? 42-41. Indians going for two. Ellington flush out of the pocket, looking to run. He's got room. Now he's going to toss it to the end zone. Batted around and dropped. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. The Indians had the opportunity. Gulf Coast escapes with the victory.
What a great game.
What a game, folks. What a game. Ellington threw it to the back of the end zone. It was intended for number 19, Malik Honeycutt. He was there, but it was broken up at the last second by Gulf Coast. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an outstanding football game. Gulf Coast wins it by the final score of 42-41.
Great game, Adam. You know, what a great comeback by the Indians. Being down early in the third quarter, 42-21. We scored 20 straight points here, had a chance here at the end to win it. You know, we grew up tonight in the second half. And something to build on. We came down to the Gulf Coast. We lost 42-41. We adjusted very well in the second half defensively and offensively. The team's going to be, I think we've got a good chance to have a very successful year. Non-division game against a good team on the road. You got to be proud of the Indians. Yeah, it hurts to lose 42-41. You got to be proud of the effort and what you see offensively. And by the way, what you saw defensively second half.
Absolutely. We're going to take a break, catch our breath, and come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report. ICC falls 42-41 in an instant classic here at Gulf Coast. Back with more right after this.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. Check out this week's specials.
Fresh ground beef, $1.98 per pound. Dole Classic Salad or Coleslaw, 99 cents each. And Best Choice Charcoal Briquettes, $5.98.
At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
Best pizza, New York style.
No way. Chicago deep dish.
Nah, white pie.
Half veggies, half meat. Just cheese.
No, pepperoni. Extra crunchy.
Chewy. Has to be gluten-free.
Top it with arugula.
No, basil.
Eggplant. Dude, really?
That's not pizza. Come on.
Pizza. And a Coke.
You got that right. 2 Cokes, please.
My pizza goes best with a Coke.
An ice cold Coke.
Only with a Coke.
All right, we're back with one of the best dunkers in basketball. His name is Zach LaVine.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, enough with the jibber jab. Let's roll Zach's top 10 dunks.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Hachi, chachi, dunky, reeny.
Guys, these aren't my dunks. These are sandwiches.
Welcome to our house.
That's right. We live here.
You live here with the sandwiches?
No, I have a home and a wife and a child.
I live here with the sandwiches.
Try the new Dunked Ultimate Chicken Sandwich in 3 bold flavors and get half-price shakes and ice cream slushes after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back as part of the Renaissance Bank postgame report. ICC falls to Gulf Coast in a great great football game. 42-41 is your final score. The Indians go for 2, and the pass was broken up at the last possible second by Gulf Coast to preserve the victory. Jim, we're in the Renaissance Bank postgame report. Let's talk about your ICC Baptist Student Union thoughts of the game.
Adam, very proud of our football team. You know, we struggled first half, especially defensively. We're down 35-21. Be honest, first possession, third quarter, they scored again, made it 42-21, and I wasn't sure the defense was going to be able to get off the field. The rest of the second half, 7 straight possessions, we stopped them, and we got the ball back, and our offense made a great run. So I'm very proud of the adjustments of the defense in the second half, and our offense played well the entire game. Being down 3 scores on the road against a good team and almost winning the ball game, we got a lot to think of and a lot to build on here. Great effort, good coaching job by ICC.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at your Sonic scoring. Jim, be thinking about somebody. We got a lot of people to choose from for a Sonic star of the game, but this is your scoring on the evening. It started a long time ago, folks. At the 2:30 mark of the first quarter, ICC got on the board first with a 21-yard touchdown pass from Dan Ellington to Malik Honeycutt. Comer added the kick, 7-0 ICC. That was it for the first quarter. Then business picked up in the second. At the 13-minute mark, a 4-yard run by DeAndre Torrey and an extra point tied it up at 7. And then Gibson added a 19-yard run at 10:03 left in the second quarter. That made it 14-7 Gulf Coast. Dan Ellington found Williams with a 13-yard touchdown pass. Comer added the kick, 14-14, 7:45 to go in the second quarter. Well, guess what? Just about a minute later, here comes Gulf Coast, an 18-yard run by Torrey. The extra point was good, 21-14 Gulf Coast. Well, you know what? A little over a minute later, here comes the Indians. A 1-yard run by Dan Ellington, a Comer kick ties it up at 21. And just about 2 minutes later, a little bit longer to drive that time, it was Torrey with a 14-yard touchdown run, 27-21 Gulf Coast. Gulf Coast took the advantage with a 15-yard touchdown run by Gibson with 24 seconds, and that took us to halftime with Gulf Coast leading 35-21. In the was it the third quarter was the only score for Gulf Coast?
Right.
Yes, it was a 46-yard run by Torrey. I didn't have the time on that one. But then ICC answers in the fourth quarter. It was an 11-yard pass from Ellington to Williams. A Comer kick made it 42-28 Gulf Coast with 3:56 left there in the third quarter. Then with 12:48 left in the fourth quarter, Dan Ellington with another touchdown pass to Williams. That one of 58 yards, and it was 42-35. And then as time expired, Dan Ellington fought his way into the end zone for a touchdown, made it 42-41 Gulf Coast. Ellington scrambled out to his right, threw a pass intended for Honeycutt. The pass was a greatly defended pass that time by Gulf Coast. Broke it up, the ball fell to the turf, and the Bulldogs were able to celebrate the victory by the final score of 42-41 here in Perkinson. Well, Jim, we talked about it. A name that kind of kept on coming out in that game was either Dan Ellington or Terry Williams. I think we got to call them our Sonic co-stars of the game this evening, as both those sophomores come out tonight and showed why they're two special individuals for this ICC football team.
No doubt about it. You know, Dan Ellington, he was the he stirred the drink tonight. All 4 quarters. Our offense played well the entire ball game, as we mentioned, and I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but what a performance by our defense in the second half to get us back into the ball game. And you got to be proud of what we did tonight. Come on the road, lose 42-41, trying to win with a 2-point conversion, came up short. But we can learn from this. We can build from this. A non-division game on the road against a very good football team.
Absolutely. Your final score here from Perkinson, ICC falls in a thriller, 42-41 to Gulf Coast. Tip of the hat to Gulf Coast. A well-fought, very clean-fought ball game as well between two very good football teams, two really good friends between Coach Huff and Coach Cannon. So I'm Adam Gore. Jim, it's been another great start to the season. Looking forward to the next few games.
Really enjoyed it. Yes, sir. Thank you.
We got Cal Brown, who's been updating social media for us tonight. Austin Blancett doing a great job on camera for us. We had Raphael Henry on the sideline. Haston McKissick coming back and helping out the squad tonight here in Perkinson. As that's going to wrap it up. Also want to say a special thank you to Miss Tina Harlow back in the studio in Amory. Remind you can hear Amory Panther football tomorrow night right here on FM 95 Sports. We'll see you next week when the Indians host Hines in the home opener. That'll be Thursday, September the 7th at 7 o'clock. It'll be a 6:40 start time here on Let'sGoICCTV.com and FM 95 Sports. Good night, and as always, go Indians.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.